You're always staying up late reading novels, huh? That sounds like a kidney deficiency to me. Don't believe me? Is your hair looking a little less thick and vibrant than it used to be? Your face is probably getting oilier, too, and your skin has a bit of a yellowish, dull tint. Do you feel like you have no energy every day and find yourself getting tired more easily? Everything you try to do feels like a struggle, and your hands and feet get ice cold when you try to sleep lately, right? No, wait, that's not the main point. Is it that you can't fall asleep at night, but can't wake up in the morning? This is kidney yang deficiency. It needs treating. Song Sinian swallowed hard, feeling nervous. Kidney deficiency is pretty much inevitable for a man, but he just didn't expect. Why is this happening to him at such a young age? He's always lived such a regular lifestyle since he was a kid. I make it a point to stay up late and get up early every day, drinking cold sodas and playing games. He stopped mid-sentence, suddenly realizing something. Damn it, this isn't a hospital. He's in his own cat cafe. He had just opened the shop door when a customer walked in to buy something. The customer was a girl, and she was drop-dead gorgeous. She was wearing a black lace dress with long hair falling down to her waist. Her skin was so fair it practically glowed under the shop lights, especially those amber eyes. Clear, bright, and as gentle as a spring. At first glance, she looked just like a female lead from a TV drama. Coming out now, the girl said as soon as she walked in, asking to buy some cat treats. Since he runs a comprehensive cat cafe that offers grooming and boarding services, he certainly had those things in stock. But unexpectedly, just as Song Sinian handed over the cat treats, the girl stared at his face for a moment. Then she started talking about his kidney deficiency. After a few sentences, they had the conversation that just happened. Are you a doctor? Yes, I am. Zhang Muwan, from the digestive department of the Heilun Provincial Hospital of Traditional Chinese Medicine. The moment she finished speaking, Song Sinian looked her up online. Looking at his phone, then back at the person in front of him. Song Sinian wanted to cry. Damn, how is there such a beautiful doctor? All those bald, pot-bellied men and wrinkled old ladies he'd seen at the hospital before. Was he just unlucky? Wait, hold on. If you're a digestive doctor, how can you tell me I have a kidney deficiency? Isn't that just nonsense? Of course not. I studied TCM, so I know a little bit about everything. Really, I'm serious. I can even tell your stomach isn't great. You should stick to soft foods. In that split second, Song Sinian's little heart started pounding like crazy. That smile was sweeter than the big watermelons at the university town for 6 yuan a pound. If he'd met a doctor like this back in school, he definitely would have been inspired to study medicine. Why am I even running a cat cafe? Thank you, divine healer. So, how should I, fix my body, then? I'm still young, so it should be easy to recover, right? That's hard to say. What looks like kidney deficiency at first might actually be something else. Don't scare me. I'm serious. I once met a patient. He burned his esophagus drinking something hot once, and when he came to the hospital, it turned out to be esophageal cancer. Hey, wait, if you keep talking, I'm afraid I'll end up needing a feng shui master to pick out a burial plot for me. In any case, I need to check your pulse. Oh, you should have said so sooner. Song Sinian reached out, and his bare arm came into Zhang Muwan's view. It was mid-August, the height of summer in Yangling City. With the temperature outside hitting over 30 degrees, everyone indoors was wearing short sleeves. There was no need to roll up any sleeves at all. Zhang Muwan looked at the arm before her, then looked back at Song Sinian's expectant face, pursed her lips, and immediately shook her head. No way. Why? Don't tell me that's going to cost extra? A cold sweat started breaking out on his back. Even though this woman was beautiful, his mom always said beautiful women are like tigers, you have to stay far away from them. I'm mixing up my lyrics. Anyway, beautiful women are never that simple. Is she trying to use some kind of trick to lure me in? And then get me to buy a bunch of useless health supplements? TV commercials aren't just targeting seniors anymore. They're starting to target honest, simple guys like me. Thinking about this, Song Sinian felt the long string of zeros in his bank account start to waver. For no other reason than the fact that men will seriously pay money for kidney tonics. Except for the ones named Yang Wei, they don't need them anymore. You should probably deal with that cat first. It looks like it's drinking from your glass. Before Song Sinian could even turn around, he heard the sound of glass shattering beside him. There stood a British Shorthair on the front counter, one paw lifted. Looking like it had just knocked something over, with such a smug expression. Not feeling even the slightest bit guilty. On the floor, shards of transparent glass were reflecting rainbow colors. October, I'm going to end you today. Song Sinian rushed to the counter, but the cat was quick. And had already scurried away. Helpless, he could only start cleaning up the mess. Meanwhile, Zhang Muwan pushed the door open and walked out. He still had other things to do. Just as he swept the glass shards into the dustpan, Song Sinian stood up abruptly and took 3 quick steps toward the door. By now, Jong Moo-won was already far away. Hey, she seemed to hear him as Jong Moo-won turned her head from a distance. You didn't pay. Jong Moo-won raised her hand and waved, seemingly saying goodbye. Song Sinian was quite far away, and didn't notice at all that she was wearing earbuds. No, seriously, you didn't pay. The money for the cat treats. His voice echoed along the road. Meow tea. It was wide and bright, but Jong Moo-won had already completely disappeared from sight. Beautiful doctor skips the bill. Meow tea. Song Sinian was on the verge of tears. First thing in the morning, he'd lost a glass and a box of cat treats. Meow tea, who could he even complain to? Meow tea. Song Sinian was a local of Yangling. After getting his master's degree, instead of getting a regular job like everyone else, he opened a cat cafe in the university district. At first, his family thought he'd lose everything he owned and end up having to marry a rich girl just to pay off his debts, living off his wife. But to everyone's surprise, a year passed, and Song Sinian's cat cafe was doing incredibly well. After rent, utilities, and wages, he was still clearing 30 to 40,000 a month. Song Sinian could only say, the old folks just don't get the modern lifestyle. I mean, AI is blowing up everywhere. Who even raises kids these days? Isn't everyone just raising cats and dogs? Living a carefree life? As for descendants and all that, the next generation has their own wisdom. That's not his problem to worry about. Having finished up his work, Song Sinian was just getting ready to rest. Suddenly, there was a knock at the door. He walked over to check. He discovered a kid with dyed yellow hair standing there. What on earth? Han, after feeding the cat during the day. Whether it can make it back in one piece at night is a question. Finding it scattered in bits and pieces wouldn't be fun. Whatever, everything I do is for those $100 bills. Hello, what do you need? Are you Song Sinian? I am. And you are? I'm your brother-in-law. Your little sister, Song Shin-yue, is my girlfriend. Hey, brother-in-law, got a Farangwang cigarette? You gotta be kidding me, you're my brother-in-law? You're joking, right? Meow tea, coffee. Where is Song Shin-yue? I'm gonna break her legs. Hey, brother-in-law, don't get so mad. Shin-yue baby is doing just fine. So you don't smoke Farangwang, huh? Meow tea, how about a runk? Let me tell you, this smoke is great. He took a drag. Meow, tea, coffee. His face showed pure ecstasy. Damn it, get the hell out of here. Crash, clang, chairs were flying everywhere. The cats were startled and scurried off in every direction. His heart was pounding wildly from anger. It took him a good while to calm down. Phew, thank goodness, thank goodness. So it was just a nightmare. If he actually had a delinquent punk for a brother-in-law, the first thing he'd do is buy a sack, then a blanket, and provide one more person willing to donate their body to science. Damn it, Mom, if you hadn't sent me that message, would I even be having nightmares? Song Sinian opened his phone. He looked at the message he'd received earlier on WeChat. I sent Yue over to your place. Tell her about the things she needs to know for college life. Remind her to focus on her studies, especially when it comes to dating. Don't let her hang out with any weirdos. I'm her parent, so it's a bit inconvenient for me to say. You're her brother, so it's easier for you to chat with her. Also, your dad and I both have things to do tomorrow. We can't get away. Could you pick her up on your way to campus? I wonder if I'll get a cut of my sister's dowry when she grows up. Slap. As soon as that thought appeared, Song Sinian slapped himself across the face. Song Sinian, can you stop being such a creep? He steadied his nerves. Song Sinian was just getting ready to pack his things when he realized his little sister had entered the shop at some point. Brother, let's marry my girlfriend. Kill my husband and I'll marry you. No one's station, I fell in love with a younger female student. Brother, what on earth are you reading all day? These books seemed stickier than any others he'd touched. They felt a bit strange. Maybe it was just too hot out, making his palms sweaty. By the way, did you just have a nightmare? Why was your reaction so intense? Song Shin-yue poured a glass of water and walked over to Song Sinian. Click. He handed the water over, took a sip, and said, thanks. Gulping down 2 mouthfuls, his senses were mostly back to normal. That really was a nightmare. The last time I had such a terrifying dream, it was about being back in senior year of high school, taking a surprise quiz. What did you dream about? Did you dream about that pretty girl who skipped out on the bill this morning? Actually, that she was a time traveler back from the future, my wife. I hadn't even started flirting with any other girls yet, and she already cut off all my prospects. You've got to be kidding me. Seriously, I'm not lying to you. In the dream, she really was a reincarnated person. What I mean is, you actually having a wife in the future? A big kid with a physical age of 25 and a mental age of only 11. Is it against the law to kill someone? If it weren't, then he'd go on a killing spree. Song Sinian shot a glance at Song Shin-yue. No wonder he dreamed of some punk with dyed hair. If this little sister isn't kept on a short leash, She really might go off with some delinquent. That's a no-go. Did someone skip out on the bill this morning? What happened? Yeah, just as I opened the shop this morning, this super beautiful lady came in to buy cat treats. Then she suddenly told me I had a weak kidney. I was so confused, it made my head spin. Song Sinian proceeded to recount what happened that morning, describing it all in detail. The whole story. Song Sinian nodded as he listened, interjecting with comments from time to time. I think she was right, you know. You're stuck in this shop all day long and never go out to get any exercise. It's no wonder your kidneys are weak. How about you come to Yangling University for night runs? I'll help you get in shape. Song Xinyue patted Song Sinian's arm. Such scrawny arms and legs. Once he gets married in the future, will he end up getting bullied by his future wife? Thinking about this, Song Xinyue shook her head. As the only intelligent, physically fit, modern young person in the family, he would surely take on the responsibility of protecting his family. At the same time, he wouldn't mind asking for a little extra protection money. Or living expenses would work too. Who knows, maybe he'd even stumble upon some strange adventure. The mention of an adventure instantly sent the siblings' conversation off on a tangent. Topics like meeting a CEO during a night run, the school falling into a supernatural mystery, or a story about a mature doctor falling in love with her, they just kept going. The shop clerk, listening in, couldn't help but feel these two must watch too many web dramas. These dramas ruin people. Thinking this, the clerk pressed pause on the show they were watching. Wait, you guys are getting off track. I have something else to say. What is it? Mom asked me to come here. Don't tell me you're here to lecture me about studying hard? That's so cliché. I've been hearing that since I was a kid. Of course not. Whether you study or not has nothing to do with me. If you end up begging on the streets later, at most I'll toss you 2 steamed buns. Wow, you jerk of a big brother. I was just going to remind you that when you're in college, you need to stay away from certain people so you don't get led astray. Getting scammed out of your money and your dignity, that would be the end of you. That sounds terrifying. Alright, go ahead, I'm listening. First off, if any of your classmates are web novel writers, you absolutely must keep your distance from them. Why? Because these web novel writers just love to fantasize about people. They're always dreaming about being chased by upperclassmen, campus beauties, and teachers. They really should take a look at themselves in the mirror. If you were with them, you'd probably end up as the target of their fantasies, or worse, end up as a character in their books. And then, all sorts of crazy stuff. Is that really true? With that, he turned his gaze toward his brother. Song Sinian used to write novels when he was in college. Could he be one of those people too? No wonder he didn't find a girlfriend in 7 years of college. So he was just fantasizing all day. Besides staying away from writers, I should also avoid those podcasters and all those weird, superstitious types. I heard a Taoist priest came down from the mountain to go to college next door and found 7 girlfriends as a Taoist. Changing one every night? Is that really a thing? Can a Taoist priest even go to college? Do they have to take the college entrance exam? It couldn't be a guaranteed admission, right? That would make his 10+ years of hard study a joke. By the way, isn't my brother running a cat cafe? Why does he know so much about university stuff? The little girl's head was full of big questions. School starts tomorrow. Have you got everything ready? After giving his younger sister a whole lecture on what to watch out for in college, Song Sinian told her to head home. Tomorrow is freshman registration day. She must have a lot of things to prepare. Being an academic counselor, it might sound interesting to others, and Ji Meng thought so too at the beginning. But once he actually became a counselor, every day was full of endless trivial matters. Endless reports and paperwork. It's not just physically draining. It's even more exhausting mentally. If it wasn't for the job security, he really wouldn't want to do it. With freshmen reporting tomorrow, Ji Meng finally finished his work. Taking advantage of a break, he furiously scrolled through his social media feed. The first post was from the owner of that pet shop he frequents. Sister Wang, oh, is it serious? Dear customers, is it bad? Our shop will be closed next Wednesday. Is your health okay? Is it serious? Do you need to go to the hospital? Is it bad? Is there a health issue? What kind of problem? It's nothing too major, right? Our lovely manager Song must stay happy and healthy. Thinking of this, Ji Meng hurriedly sent a message. Manager Song, is your health alright? Is it serious? I know a doctor. Do you want me to recommend one to you? The message came back quickly. I won't know until I go to the hospital for a checkup. A doctor came to my shop this morning and straight up told me my body was weak. It scared me, but I changed kidney deficiency to weak body. The meaning is pretty much the same anyway. Health really is nothing to be careless about. Speaking of doctors, thinking of this, Ji Meng immediately got up and headed to the medical building. As a teacher, Zhang Muwan has his own private office at the university. But he likes interacting with people, so he stays in the office with the graduate students he mentors. He only goes back to his own place when he really needs some peace and quiet. Gu Meng, when did you get here? I've been here for a while now. You were just too busy with work to notice me. Sorry, it's been pretty hectic lately. A few new graduate students just joined. No worries, hard work pays off. Wan, let me ask you something. Go ahead. What do you think someone should do if their body is weak? Usually, that just means a lack of vitality and blood, right? They should eat more beef and fish to boost their energy and blood, along with things like red beans, red dates, goji berries, and yams. And they need to step up their exercise and work on their physical fitness too. Your complexion looks pretty good, though. You don't look weak at all, so why are you asking? It's for a friend of mine. He's been feeling a bit run down lately. Is this friend a guy or a girl? The way you go about building up their strength is different. It's a guy. Wait, this friend, is he your boyfriend? No, you're overthinking it. He's just a regular friend. A regular friend? You're acting so shy about it. So what? That's hilarious. If it's a guy, just tell him to eat more beef and fish and drink some goji berry tea. Just get some exercise or maybe go to the hospital and get a prescription. If he's young, he'll bounce back really fast. Got it, thanks. You're welcome. I bought a few sticks while I was there, and the stray cats love them. You should take some back for Pao Fu to try. Oh, thanks. That friend of mine also runs a cat cafe. Next time you go to buy stuff, you can go to his shop. Just mention my name and you can get 20% off. Wow, you've got some serious pull. Of course, the owner and I are good friends. I could even get things on credit if I wanted to. A string in Zhang Muwan's heart suddenly snapped. A key word popped into her mind. Money. Oh no, I forgot to pay. Zhang Muwan covered her forehead. She was feeling nothing but regret. She saw the cat cafe owner busy with his own things this morning, and then she was in such a rush to get to work. In her haste, she completely forgot to pay. Even though a box of cat treats isn't that expensive, it's never a good thing to walk off without paying. It should be evening by the time I'm done. I hope the owner hasn't closed up yet. Inside the corner cat cafe, Song Sinian was busy with his employee, Kui Yuqing. Kui Yuqing is a graduate from a nearby vocational college. Rumor has it she studied business management, but she doesn't have a family business to inherit. Only an endless pile of credit card bills. That's why she ended up working for Song Sinian. Song Sinian offers a 2-day weekend, and they close at 9 in the evening on weekends. 8,000 a month, plus a bonus at the end of the year. In Nanchang, a job like this is top tier. There isn't much of an age gap between the two, so it's very comfortable to work together and the atmosphere is great. Manager, you're off tomorrow, right? Just for half a day. I'm taking my younger sister to register at Yangling University. Manager, you're a graduate of Nanhu University. And your sister is going to Yangling University. A family of scholars. When have you ever seen a family of scholars running a cat cafe? We're all just poor souls struggling to get by. What do you mean, poor souls? We're destined ones, Tian Mingren. We're just going through the trials of the mortal world. What destined ones? You've been playing too much Black Myth, haven't you? The Monkey King's master was the Bodhi Patriarch, only he had the qualifications to be called a destined one. Your parents and mine are just ordinary folks. We couldn't even make it past the monkeys on Flower Fruit Mountain, let alone meet a destined one. Manager, you're so unromantic. Talking back to your boss? That's a pay cut. Remember, your livelihood is still in my hands. Manager, watch your language. Don't say such weird things to my cats. Pulling a tooth. The afternoon just flew by. Night fell quickly, and since it's the start of the new school semester, Song Sinian's business has been quite good. He hosts many students and their parents every day. Well, his main business is actually selling cats and providing cat grooming services. After all, selling a cat with good traits can earn him 7 or 8,000, or even 10,000 yuan. Even those with average traits bring in 3 or 4,000, which is way more than working a regular job. After a busy afternoon, he took advantage of the quiet around 7 in the evening and sneaked out of the shop. As a total bubble tea addict, it was time for a sugar boost. There are many milk tea shops in the university town, but since it's the back-to-school season for everyone, there were lines everywhere. Song Sinian chose a smaller, quieter coffee shop and stood at the back. 1 caramel latte, please. Iced or hot? Iced. Just as he finished speaking, another voice came from behind him, crisp, pleasant, and somewhat familiar. Make it hot, and add an extra shot Americano as well. Make that one iced. Hey, what little rascal dares to mess with me? Oh, it's you. It is me, what a coincidence. I want it cold. Why did you change mine to hot? You're already suffering from kidney deficiency. Drinking cold beverages will only make you worse. You're better off drinking something hot. Honestly, it'd be even better if you didn't drink milk tea or coffee at all. The words kidney deficiency were like a trigger. The customers around them, men and women alike, all turned their gazes toward Song Sinian. Their stares were sharp, like blades, piercing right into his weakest spot. Kidney deficiency? Who's deficient? Don't talk nonsense. I'm perfectly fine. I'm perfectly fine. Really? I was even thinking of taking your pulse and writing you a prescription to help you recover in a few months. Since you put it that way, then never mind. He thought, once I get that kidney strengthening prescription, haha, I'll just turn around and ghost her. Haha, but then again, my body is indeed a bit weak. Divine doctor, you really should write me that prescription. As the two were talking, the clerk at the side tapped on the counter and pointed at the phone, hinting for one of them to pay. Damn it, work is already annoying enough. And having to deal with people chatting while I'm trying to work is even more annoying. Zhang Muwan saw this, and instantly scanned the QR code. Give me your hand, let me check your pulse. Okay, eh? You're so cold and you say I'm the one who's deficient? I think you're even worse off. But wow, this skin is so smooth. Love it, and it's even more addictive. Stop letting your mind wander. Whatever you're thinking, it's all reflected in your pulse. Is that for real? But since he needed Zhang Muwan to write the prescription, he had no choice but to focus for the time being. Zhang Muwan looked calm at first, but then she subconsciously bit her lip. And later, she couldn't help but frown, her eyes darting back and forth across Song Sinian. Her expression seemed to hold 1,000 words, but every time they reached her lips, she swallowed them back. Song Sinian wasn't too worried at first. After all, he figured he was just a bit deficient and it would clear up with a supplement. But seeing Zhang Muwan's expression, he started overthinking. What is going on? I'm not just checking my pulse and accidentally picking out my own burial plot, am I? This isn't going to be one of those cheesy clichés where they run into a doctor on the street and get diagnosed with a terminal illness, is it? Oh, come on. I'm only 26. I'm still just a little guy in the kitchen. How could I just drop dead like this? Doctor, is there any hope for me? Zhang Muwan didn't answer, she just shook her head. No hope? I'm so young and there's no hope? I mean, it's not like that, right? Oh, nothing's wrong? That's a relief. You looked so serious. I really thought something was up. I was just thinking, I didn't pay you for the cat treats this morning and I didn't know how to bring it up. I swear I didn't mean to skip out on paying. When Zhang Muwan first saw Song Sinian, that's exactly what she was thinking about, the cat treats. It's fine, but you just covered my milk tea. So honestly, I guess we're even? That probably isn't enough, though. Well, you helped me with the checkup, so that should cover part of it. Zhang Muwan smiled gently and took a notebook out of her bag. She took out a pen and started writing, Mudan, Cortex Mutan. Song Sinian curiously leaned in to take a look. Mudan, Cortex Mutan. It was written there. Stir-fried atractylodes, stir-fried white atractylodes, alisma, peony bark. It was a whole list of traditional Chinese medicine ingredients. Mudan. He wasn't a medical student, so he didn't really know what those things did. This is a prescription for you. Just find a traditional medicine shop and ask them to brew it for you. That's probably not going to work. Why not? I can tell you don't go to hospitals outside of work much. Nowadays, these medicine shops only partner with official clinics and such. Without a prescription from their own doctors, who would dare brew it for you? True, I'm a doctor, so I just assumed everyone else could do it too. How about this? Let's add each other on social media and I'll send it over once I get it ready for you. Hee, thanks, Dr. Zhang. I haven't even asked for your name yet. Song Sinian, Jin Sei Wu Duan Wu Shi Xian, Yi Xian Yi Zhu Si Wan Yen. What a beautiful name. Mu Wan Nan Lun Yen, Shay Yan Zi Zhou Chong. Dr. Yang's name is even better. The two looked at each other and laughed. After buying drinks from the Little Deer coffee shop, the two parted ways. Song Sinian had to go back to manage his shop, and Zhang Muwan had to head back to her office. Learning at her level really is a case of live and learn until the very end. The sea of medicine is vast and full of hardship. Back home, it was already 10 o'clock at night. After cleaning the litter for his 3 cats, Song Sinian took a shower and sat down at his computer to play games online with his best buddy. Time for some hextech mayhem. Wang Mingzi, you jerk. You're doing photography all day, are there really girls who go for that? A Sony fanboy? What? You're telling me she's 21? And she's a cosplayer with 7 years of experience? Plus, she drives a big G-Wagon? That, big G, it's a car, right? It has to be a car. Damn you, seriously, you're the worst. Song Sinian sighed with mock tears in his eyes. We're both men, so why am I stuck watching the shop all day? While my scumbag roommate is out with a different girl every day? He could only pray his roommate takes care of his health so he doesn't end up catching something nasty one day. After losing 3 games in a row to the opponent's god-tier Jinx, who steamrolled them in 10 minutes, Song Sinian lost all interest in the game. Life is mediocre, and the game is a failure. I guess this is just my life now. Whatever, forget it. Forget it, that noob fox keeps charming Mundo. Oh, wait, you free this weekend? Let's go grab a bite. I'm pretty busy this week, school just started. I can't step away from the shop. How about next week then? Let's invite Jong Yun too. It's been a while since the guys all hung out. Does he even have time for that? Isn't he busy with matchmaking dates lately? He's coming out precisely to escape those dates. Heard he even changed jobs recently. He even moved out of his place? I really didn't know that. Alright then, let's meet at the usual spot next weekend. We'll fix a time. Wang Mingzi logged off. It was 11:10 at night. Knowing Song Sinian as he did, he figured the guy was probably out partying again. Hey, a guy who goes out with girls every day doesn't feel guilty, so why should a guy who plays it safe feel guilty? What kind of logic is that? Without gaming to fill the void, he had to keep his hands in check to avoid opening those sketchy websites. Song Sinian had no choice but to scroll through his moments out of boredom. As he was scrolling, he suddenly realized there was a new, unfamiliar profile picture in his feed. Looking closer, he realized it was Jong Muwan, whom he'd added earlier that evening. He hadn't changed the nickname. Right, time to change it. The fastest way to get to know someone is to check their social media. If someone posts a lot, it means they're young, and life isn't putting too much pressure on them. If they post very little, it means they're just another corporate drone with a mountain of loans to pay off. Jong Muwan's feed was very clean, mostly just photos of her out and about. Beautiful scenery, delicious food, gorgeous girl. Wait, hold on. Song Sinian froze. Silver Bell teacher? Was she at the Hangzhou show too? How did I not notice? There was such a stunning young lady there? She was at the Nanjing tour stop too? What's going on? And the Luzhou stop? All 3 tour stops? Song Sinian had been to all of them but never once noticed Jong Muwan. Logically speaking, for a guy like him, a total lecher. It would be impossible not to notice such a beauty. And someone who shares the same interests, too. You like teacher Silver Bell too? I love her. Ding dong, a notification sound rang out. Also, let me give you a piece of advice. Stop staying up so late. Staying up late hurts your kidneys. And can lead to weight gain. And eventually, damage your erectile tissue. Girl, are you really okay with saying that? Erectile tissue and all that? You can just say things like that? Song Sinian looked down and, feeling nervous, chugged several gulps of water. Just as he composed himself, ready to type a reply, he suddenly noticed. Jong Muwan's moments page had gone blank. A small line of text at the bottom read, "Friends can only see the last 3 months." Very impressive. You're a real piece of work, lady. I'm impressed. Jong Muwan sat at her cherry wood standing desk. Outside the floor-to-ceiling window, the lush French plane trees swayed in the breeze, leaves rustling loudly. She didn't find the noise annoying, instead, she felt a sense of peace. The blue light of the electronic screen reflected in her glasses, and the phone in her hand also displayed her social feed. But it wasn't his own, it was Song Sinian's. Jong Muwan was just reading a book when his phone screen suddenly lit up. At first, he thought it was one of his students studying late into the night and asking a question. He never expected it to be a comment on Song Sinian's social media. What is this shop manager doing, not sleeping at this hour? Why is he looking at someone's social media feed? Could it be that he sees a nice picture, hits save, and then daydreams that the person in the photo is his girlfriend? That kind of thing. Jong Muwan encountered it once back in his school days, and it caused quite a lot of trouble for him at the time. So, he casually tweaked his settings, and his social media privacy permissions were adjusted. Jong Muwan had intended to go back to his book, but his hand slipped, and he ended up clicking through anyway. Song Sinian's social media feed is packed with posts. They are mostly photos of him with cats and various snapshots from his outings. I was wondering why the internet was so slow lately. Turns out my cat has been sitting on the router the whole time. Now it really is a light cat, fiber cat. Stealing my iced lychees? RG, replying to the cat. Stealing my iced lychees? Then I guess I'll just have to eat you. RG. Sending you off to be a eunuch right away? Pissing on my bed? My royal bed, RG. Jong Muwan kept reading, and he couldn't stop. He ended up scrolling for half an hour straight. Maybe he found the pictures interesting, or maybe he found Song Sinian interesting. After scrolling through a bunch of immature posts, he entered a state of zen. Just as he was about to exit, the corner of his eye caught something. Song Sinian had changed his social media background. It used to be a photo with his cats. Now it had been changed to an image with text, "No auditions allowed. My social media is talking about you." Is it me? No, it's not. You look at mine first. Not only are you a childish brat, you're also a stingy jerk. He picked up his book again to read, only to find his head filled with Song Sinian's social media posts. He realized this guy was toxic. After changing his background image, Song Sinian felt refreshed. He fell asleep quickly. The next day, he got up bright and early. First, he went to the local breakfast shop for a meal, something he hadn't done in a long time, then drove home to pick up his little sister. However, since it was the first day of school, there were many parents on campus. And traffic was heavy, so Song Sinian was stuck for a while. In the SUV, Song Xinyue was in high spirits. Today was the day she started university. She could finally leave behind the grueling life of high school and live a happy life. Her brother's voice in her ear was making her a bit annoyed. Ever since they got in the car, this brother of hers hadn't stopped nagging, and he was still going at it by the school gate. Can this person's mouth not stop for a second? If I ever find a wealthy sugar mommy, I'll send my brother to her. With that gift of gab of his, he would definitely be a huge hit with the sugar mommies. Oh, right. I'll drop your stuff off downstairs and you can take it up yourself. Song Sinian gestured to the back, where the seats were filled with bags and luggage. The trunk was packed even fuller. Anyone who didn't know better would think they were moving house. Why? How am I supposed to take all this up alone? Girls' dormitory, men restricted. There was a sign like that at every entrance to the girls' dorms. Don't tell me your dorm building doesn't have one. Song Sinian had 7 years of university experience, and he hated that sign with a passion. It's clear that the boys' side is just boys' dorms. So why is it that you can't even step foot on the girls' side? They can stay for a short while too, even just for 3 minutes. Life is so unfair. Tell me about that. I asked in our dorm group chat last night. During these few days of freshman orientation, male parents are allowed to enter the female dorms. We won't actually get reported, right? I really don't want to see a photo of myself on the Yangling University campus wall. With a caption like, "Hey beauties, check out these first few days of school. Everyone, you really need to be careful with your privacy. I saw this guy in our dorm today, just leering at my underwear. Dude, seriously, don't be such a creep. Everyone is pretty open-minded these days, you're falling behind the times." Whoa, so you're saying I can just stare at underwear now? It's not that open-minded. My own brother is already 26, why is he still so weird? I heard guys get more level-headed after they get married. Maybe we should get him married off sooner. Let's not ruin the flowers of the nation's future. Song Xinyue secretly made up her mind. Next time I go home, I definitely have to whisper a few words in mom's ear. I need to hand this brother over to someone capable of dealing with him as soon as possible. College registration is super simple. You just take your admission letter, your ID card and your tuition receipt and register at the designated spot. The whole process takes less than 3 minutes. Afterward, Song Sinian drove to the girls' dorm and helped move the luggage. The girls' dorm wasn't much different from the boys', except for the little sisters walking around in spaghetti straps, the young ladies with long hair and crop tops, and the pure college girls in shorts up to their thighs. It was really nothing. Song Sinian swore he looked at everything very thoroughly. In for a penny, in for a pound, right? After helping Song Xinyue clean up her dorm, Song Sinian finally headed back to his shop. In office 1207 of the medical building, Jong Moo-won stretched her arms wide. She checked the time, it was already 11:40. It was right around lunchtime. Just as she stood up to pack her things, there was a knock at the office door, and then Ji-Yu Meng pushed it open and walked in. I didn't sleep well last night, I need a bit of peace and quiet. HMPH, immature. Oh, a trendy new hot pot place just opened in the university city. Let's go eat there after work? I'm honestly sick of the cafeteria food lately. Time to change things up. That's great. Then after work, just ride in my car and we can head home together. You can pick up Puff for me. We'll drop her off for a bath on the way, then I'll take you to that cat cafe I always visit. The owner is really nice. As the two of them were talking, a head suddenly popped in at the doorway. It was Wang Zhijiang, a staff member from the medical school. Teacher Zhang, the herbal medicine you asked me to brew is ready. Thank you, you're welcome. After handing over the medicine, he left. Ji-Yu Meng quickly stepped forward to ask. Looking very concerned, Wan, are you sick? It's nothing major, you're the one who's sick. I'm definitely not. If you're not sick, why did you prescribe so much herbal medicine? I prescribed it for a friend I just met. You have other friends? It wasn't that he doubted Jong Moo-won's personality. It was just that Jong Moo-won was always so busy with work, every day she was either at school or at the hospital. I haven't had any time to meet anyone new. Anyway, it's a long story. Just some friends I happened to meet, guys and girls. Jong Moo-won thought she might have asked that same question once before. It's funny how everyone is just the same when it comes to gossip. It doesn't matter if it's a guy, they're just friends anyway. I'm just casually asking, does this person you're talking about even know he's your friend? Jong Moo-won froze, feeling a bit uneasy. Ji-Yu Meng had a sharp eye and noticed her friend acting strange right away. Don't tell me, sis, you wouldn't just meet someone 2 or 3 times and then decide they're your friend, would you? Because if so, I'm actually kind of worried. That's a sign that you're starved for love. You doctors are all the same, you talk way too much. Let's go, or the cafeteria will be closed by the time we get there. If they kept talking, she really would have had a breakdown. With a click, the office, which had been so lively just a moment ago, fell into total silence. There's a rhythm to how busy a cat cafe gets. Usually, by 1 or 2 in the afternoon, things are quite slow. The corner cat cafe was no different. As a brief period of downtime rolled in, Song Sinian finished his meal and explained in his family group chat why he had changed his social media background image. It really wasn't because he was annoyed with his parents. Tap 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 tap. His fingertips flew across the screen, and lines of text appeared before his eyes. As he was typing, ding, a new message popped up. Manager Song, around 6 or 7 this evening, scanning to order. Will you be at the cat cafe? Yeah, why are you looking for me? Looking for trouble? Just because I changed my background photo? HMPH, you're the one who started it. So it's my fault then? He didn't stop typing. I'll be there. Ah, I'm sorry, Dr. Zhang. I was being narrow-minded. No need for you to come over, I can just pick it up. It's fine, I'm heading that way anyway. Thanks, no problem. By the way, just wanted to ask, I guess we can consider ourselves friends, right? What do you mean? That came out of nowhere. Song Sinian paused, not sure how to reply. Just as he was debating it, ding. A WeChat notification sounded. Song Sinian looked closely and saw Zhang Muwan had recalled a message. Sorry, sent that to the wrong person. Oh, thank goodness it wasn't for me. I really wouldn't have known how to answer that. Song Sinian patted his thumping heart. He had actually thought he was about to have some kind of romantic story with the beautiful doctor. But is Dr. Zhang a simp? She would actually send a message like that? If your goddess is like that in front of someone else, forget it. If I keep thinking about this, I'm going to lose my mind. Song Sinian shook his head. Tap 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 tap. He tapped on the screen, replying, it's fine. But if I had a friend like Dr. Zhang, I'd definitely be really happy. Thanks. Time really flies. Before I knew it, it was already 7 in the evening. This is the off-peak hour for the cat cafe. Most people are busy having dinner, not many have the time to just come by and pet cats. But ironically, it's the peak time for cat grooming. Customers drop their cats off here, timing it perfectly to go grab dinner and pick them up on the way back. Song Sinian just finished bathing a cat. $150 for 20 minutes of work. Life is good. He was just wondering when Zhang Muwan would drop by to deliver the medicine when the doorbell rang at the courtyard gate. He put down his phone and walked out into the yard. Through the glass door, he saw a pretty young lady standing at the entrance, carrying a cat carrier. It was a regular customer, Ji Yu Meng. Seeing Song Sinian, Ji Yu Meng immediately waved and smiled at him. Song Sinian didn't hesitate either. He took a few quick steps forward and opened the door. Manager Song, sorry to bother you again today. What do you mean bother me? You're keeping my business alive. Same as usual? Yes, a bath and a hair treatment, please. Looking past her, Song Sinian spotted a familiar face. It was Zhang Muwan, whom he had met yesterday. On the way to the cat cafe, Zhang Muwan had a hunch. There are quite a few cat cafes in the university town, but only one in this direction. Combining that with the fact that while driving, Ji Yu Meng kept raving about how the owner of this cafe was handsome, bright, and clean-cut. She already had a rough guess, but when the car actually pulled up to the cafe door, she truly felt that life is full of strange coincidences. Hello, Dr. Zhang. Hello, Manager Song. Do you guys know each other? That's exactly what I was going to ask. You two know each other? I don't recall ever bringing Zhang Muwan to meet Manager Song. Are you sure you don't? Zhang Muwan had mentioned Manager Song to her, to find out that her friend and her other friend already knew each other. While she had no clue? What kind of situation is this? We only just met recently. It's a bit complicated to explain. It really wasn't about intentionally hiding the truth, it was just that she had only just found out that the cafe owner Ji Yu Meng kept talking about was Song Sinian. Seeing the situation, Song Sinian brought Ji Yu Meng and Zhang Muwan inside and explained the whole story of how they met. This encounter is straight out of a novel. Damn this world, it definitely has a script. So, Wan, your medicine is for Manager Song? Is our Manager Song okay? He's fine, just a bit of a kidney deficiency. Oh. Is a kidney deficiency something you can just talk about so casually? What if other girls find out and decide not to date him because of it? Who would he even explain that to? Oh, that's good. Manager Song, you should really cut back on the late night activities. It's not good for your health. No, that's not it, not me. It's fine, you're over 20, I get it. He really didn't want her to get it. He turned to look at Jong Moo-won, his eyes filled with a plea for help. You're the one who caused this mess, you fix it. It's not necessarily caused by that. Lack of exercise and sitting for too long can also lead to a kidney deficiency. Exactly, that must be it for me, haha. Well, anyway, Manager Song, you must take care of your health. I'll still need you to look after my cat. Don't worry, I'll definitely give Cream Puff a good scrub until she's sparkling clean. Hee, love you, Cream Puff, mwah. Both of them were suddenly stunned, as if they'd just realized what they'd said. Ji Yu Meng, who had been speaking so seriously and leading people to misunderstand just a moment ago, now felt the blush spreading to her own face. Steam. Smoke was practically coming out of her head. No. That was just a reflex, a figure of speech. Manager Song, don't overthink it. Oh, why are you explaining? If you hadn't explained, I could have fantasized tonight about a beautiful customer having a crush on me, maybe even written a post about it. I'd call it, my romantic encounters at the cat cafe. Now that you've said that, I don't even have the heart to imagine it anymore. Song Sinian thought it a pity. Though he wore an understanding expression on his face, what an acting veteran. After chatting at the cat cafe for a while, Jong Moo-won and Ji Yu Meng left to grab a bite to eat. Song Sinian put his phone down and started a new round of chores. A viral hot pot restaurant, the reason they add the word viral is partly because the decor is nice and the food looks great in photos. And partly because it's expensive. As for whether it actually tastes good, that doesn't seem to be within their scope of concern. Anyway, this kind of place is just here to grab some quick cash. And then run. Change the name and open up again to grab more cash. It just keeps repeating itself. Looking at the food in front of her, Jong Moo-won had only one assessment. The taste was mediocre. It didn't feel as good as Haidilao. She wouldn't be coming back. When their minds weren't on the food, they started talking more. You know. Our adorable Manager Song is actually a top student from Nanhu University. What's his major? I heard he has a master's degree in Chinese language and literature. A guy with a master's in Chinese literature? That's the perfect candidate for civil service exams. He's got all the stats maxed out. Honestly, I'm sure my dad's office could use a workhorse like him. The kind who writes reports until his hand cramps. Yeah, but he doesn't seem interested in a government job. After saying that, she looked around, and seeing that no one was paying attention to them, she leaned in close to Jong Moo-won and whispered, I also heard that our cute Manager Song used to write novels when he was in school. Apparently, they were pretty popular for a while. That's the only reason he had the money to open a cat cafe in the university town. Really? Is he that talented? Of course. You keep saying, our cute Manager Song, do you have a crush on him? Of course. Who doesn't like a handsome guy? But, I heard Manager Song is a bit weak. You don't mean he's impotent, do you? Even if he's handsome and could eat well, that part of life between two people is essential, you know. You haven't even started dating him yet, and you're already thinking about the bedroom? After that, they chatted about a lot of random things. They didn't leave until after 8 o'clock. After handing Cream Puff over to Jong Moo-won and Ji Yu Meng, it was already 9 at night. He tidied up the cat cafe, and Song Sinian drove back home. His nightlife wasn't very exciting. It basically consisted of late-night snacks, watching shows, and playing games. That was about it. He could be considered a good boy, though, unfortunately, because of his recent kidney weakness. No, it's about being physically weak. Song Sinian was planning to find a gym and get some exercise. Therefore, he was searching online to see which gym had the best reputation. He had 3 criteria for his ideal gym. 1. Good equipment and a new renovation. 2. A prime location. And the last one, lots of girls and very few guys. If he were the only guy among all the customers, that would be perfect. He, what an idiot. In your dreams, Song Sinian muttered, giving himself a slap. Thinking nonsense all day long. If all the other customers were girls, wouldn't he just end up even more physically drained? He calmed his mind. Song Sinian went back to looking at the webpage. Ding. A WeChat notification sounded. The green bubble kept flashing. He tapped to open it. The message was from Jong Moo-won. Manager Song, you're probably still awake, right? Sorry to bother you so late. It's fine, young people stay up late these days. Did you message me about something? I forgot to mention it when I dropped off the herbal medicine tonight. This batch is a 2-week supply. 1 bag in the morning. Thanks for the reminder. Also, if the medicine tastes bitter, you can have a little cupcake while you drink it. It'll be much easier to handle. Got it. I'll go buy some tomorrow. After typing that, Song Sinian stared blankly at the screen. Xiao Muwan is not only beautiful but also very responsible. And so thoughtful. She's a great doctor. After thinking for a moment, he continued typing on the keyboard. How much do I owe you for the medicine? I'll transfer it to you. I've been busy with work lately and I'm afraid I'll forget. Please, don't say anything about not needing the money. Cash? Do people still use that stuff? Song Sinian's hand trembled as he went to transfer the money. He accidentally typed 4,200 instead of 420, but thankfully he didn't send it yet. Fine, cash it is. Anyway, he still hadn't deposited the red envelopes his parents gave him for the new year into the bank. Thinking of this, Song Sinian replied, sure. School? What school? Isn't it the Hailing Provincial Hospital of Traditional Chinese Medicine? Song Sinian was stunned. He only knew Zhang Muwan as a doctor. How was there a connection to a school? But immediately, Song Sinian had his question answered. Besides being a doctor, I'm also a lecturer at the Yangling University School of Medicine. For real? Honest and reliable. Actually, being a lecturer and doing academic research is my main job. I only work at the hospital seeing patients sometimes. But it's not a fixed schedule every month. If you don't believe me, check this link. With that, Song Sinian clicked the link Zhang Muwan sent. It was her profile at the Yangling University School of Medicine. He was shocked when he saw it. Zhang Muwan started university at 17. She did an 8-year combined bachelor's, master's, and doctoral program, then spent 2 years as a doctor and lecturer. She's only 27 now. That's truly insane. Song Sinian thought Zhang Muwan was already top tier, but after a quick search online, he found quite a few other 27-year-old medical doctors, and among them, several. A 28-year-old medical professor and doctoral supervisor? Truly, the world is full of geniuses, as numerous as carp crossing a river. Just because Song Sinian can't imagine it himself, doesn't mean such people don't exist. Damn it, if people better than me are working even harder than I am, then what the hell am I even doing? Song Sinian's eyes streamed with tears as he accepted the reality that he was just a frog at the bottom of a well. He tossed and turned all night, not even finding peace in his dreams. The next day, there weren't many people at the cat cafe in the morning. After finishing his routine chores, Song Sinian hung out on his phone, holding a cat in his arms. With chicken in hand, blowing in the air conditioning, and eating watermelon, life was just plain comfortable. As for what happened last night, just like the world's top player logging off. He forgot it as soon as the sun came up. What does other people's success have to do with me anyway? As long as I'm living comfortably, that's all that matters. By the time it was nearly noon, Song Sinian left the cat cafe in Kui Yuqing's hands and rode his little electric scooter toward Yangling University. These past few days were for new student registration, so Yangling University wasn't keeping a tight watch. Song Sinian slipped right in, barely having to put in any effort at all. The School of Medicine is a major department at Yangling University. Since they merged a few years ago, they have their own brand new building. This building was just recently constructed, and the architecture is very bright and open. Besides a Luckin Coffee on the first floor, there's also a sandwich shop. Other than that, the lobby is filled with tables and chairs for people to rest. Perhaps because it was nearly noon, there weren't many people in the lobby, so Song Sinian found a spot to sit down. After sitting, he messaged Zhang Muwan. He was used to being the one waiting when he had an appointment. He wasn't used to having others wait for him. After sending the message, Song Sinian looked around in boredom when suddenly, his gaze locked onto a figure. A draft blew through the lobby, and her slightly wavy hair swayed gently in front of him. An aura of intellectual elegance washed over him. Their eyes met. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon. You look a bit uncomfortable. Oh, it's nothing, my heart's just beating a little fast. Huh? Don't tell me you're having side effects from the medicine I prescribed? But Song Sinian reacted quickly, spinning around, and instinctively dodging away. Just seeing a pretty lady was enough to give him a fever if she touched him too. He'd definitely break his vow tonight. Let me check your temperature. If there are side effects, that would be a huge discovery. Zhang Muwan placed the back of her hand against Song Sinian's forehead, sensing for a moment. Then touched his neck. It's nothing, you're fine. I think so too. I guess it was just a bit hot out. Ha ha ha, that's great. To think you actually carried it in a red envelope. So I don't even have to buy a new one. I guess you wanted cash for a wedding gift? Yeah, a colleague is getting married. It's noon, let me treat you to a meal. Consider it a thank you fee for bringing the money to my school. It's hard to refuse. Song Sinian didn't even think, he nodded rapidly. A pretty lady asking him out to eat? How could he possibly refuse? Just like that, the two walked out of the medical building, chatting and laughing. Not far behind them, a girl watched it all, completely shocked. She patted her cheeks first, then hurriedly pulled out her phone. Tapping away on the screen, she looked like she was sending a message. The Hairline Protection Society was a private group chat set up by the master's students under Jang Moo-won. Usually, everyone just used it to split orders, share research papers or gossip about this and that. There wasn't much to it. Every department has a group like that. Some departments don't just have one, they have several. Wu Xiaotong was bored, scrolling through her phone and chatting with her roommate about what to eat later. Suddenly, an explosive message popped up in the group. No way, that old geezer Zhang Dachao. Shouldn't he be out eating with girls? I saw him with a PhD student last time. Don't jump to conclusions, I'm definitely talking about Professor Wan. What do we care about Zhang Dachao? Wait, are you saying our beautiful sister Wan is eating with a guy and that they're close? I vaguely heard something about wedding money. What? Could it be? Wu Xiaotong's eyes lit up, and she wasn't hungry anymore. The fire of gossip was burning bright. Relying on all the romance novels she'd read, a plotline instantly formed in her mind. Could it be that Yang's first love is getting married? And came to the school to invite her to the wedding, so she doesn't want to go? Maybe she just wants to send the gift money and have a goodbye meal before the wedding? Thinking this, Wu Xiaotong almost shed tears. Unrequited love, a white moonlight, tragic lovers who can't be together. Single-sided love, all these keywords swirled in her head. Our beautiful Professor Zhang is so pitiful. As she sobbed, Wu Xiaotong typed out her theory to the group. Instantly, the already lively group chat exploded. That guy is really quite handsome. Very refined and sunny, maybe he really is Professor Yang's first love. I always wondered, Professor Zhang is so pretty and young, why doesn't she have a partner? Turns out there's someone she can't let go of. Sob, it seems I can't be her first love. Then I must become her last man. Don't talk nonsense, I'm going to aggressively pursue Professor Zhang and make her fall for me. Don't make me laugh. Anyway, hush, I'm still tailing the two of them. I'll update you as soon as there's news. Okay, good sister. Keep a close eye on them. I'll buy you milk tea when you get back. Quietly following the group messages, Song Sinian naturally had no idea. He was currently in the cafeteria with Zhang Moo-won. The Yangling University Cafeteria, known as the #1 university cafeteria in Hailing Province, had a huge variety of food. They even had things you couldn't find outside, and most importantly, it was cheap. You could get 2 meat dishes and 2 vegetable dishes for under 10 yuan. Looking at the hairy crabs, spicy crayfish, and braised chicken noodle soup at the stalls, Song Sinian shed tears of regret. If he had known this back when he was applying for colleges, he would have come to Yangling University. Why did he go to Nanhud University? Damn Nanhud, you ruined my life. There's usually plenty of money left on a professor's meal card anyway. So Zhang Moo-won didn't hold back and just ordered a bunch of random things. There isn't much food in the cafeteria, don't mind that. Are you kidding, this is not much? Hey, wait a second. You shouldn't eat this fried rice cake. People with bad stomachs shouldn't have it. Rice cakes are hard to digest. In the long run, it can even lead to kidney deficiency. That's not the same thing, is it? Of course it is. When the spleen and stomach are weak, the transformation and transportation of nutrients are disrupted. With insufficient energy and blood production, the kidney essence won't be properly nourished. This in turn affects kidney function. Song Sinian stared blankly. What nutrients and all that gibberish? He couldn't understand a word. Different fields are like different worlds. Not to mention its medicine. Anyway, medically speaking, the two are connected. Here, eat my yam. It's good for your stomach. A dozen meters away, this whole process was caught on camera, and gossip was spreading like wildfire behind the scenes. The Hairline Protection Society was buzzing with excitement, though Song Sinian naturally knew nothing about it. He was feeling confused right now. He and Zhang Moo-won had only known each other for a short while. So why was Zhang Moo-won taking such good care of him? Does she treat everyone like this? Or is it just him? If it's just him, could it be that Zhang Moo-won likes him? I mean, how can he be so outstanding? Liked by teachers in kindergarten, liked by the class beauty in elementary school. And after graduation, he's liked by beautiful doctors and beautiful teachers. His life has been so smooth sailing. Haha, ding ding ding. The crisp tapping interrupted his daydreaming. Manager Song, why aren't you eating? Is the food not to your taste? No, I was just thinking about something else. What is it? Just pure curiosity. Dr. Zhang, why are you so enthusiastic about treating me to lunch? And warning me not to eat the rice cakes and all that? Because I'm a doctor. You're my patient, and doctors are supposed to look after their patients. It's just professional instinct. Hearing her say that, Song Sinian's heart sank. So, it was all just wishful thinking on his part. Between liking someone and being liked, he had chosen to live in a fantasy. Like? So you treat every patient like this? More or less. Song Sinian understood now. There was no one who liked him at all. This whole beautiful doctor likes me thing was just a hallucination from a shut-in guy eating the wrong kind of mushrooms. Just food poisoning hallucinations. Ah, he was sober now. However, I personally really hope that Manager Song stays healthy and well. I think you're quite interesting, Manager Song. Of course, I'm talking about your social media background photo. Come on, really? Is that it? I think you're quite interesting too, Dr. Zhang. Of course, I'm talking about your social media posts from the last 3 months. Song Sinian emphasized the words last 3 months. We're playing the hint game, are we? Let's see who breaks first. He expected Zhang Muwan to fire back, but she just pursed her lips and smiled lightly. She took a bite of her food and didn't argue with him at all. The Yangling University cafeteria lived up to its reputation outside. The food was actually quite good. Then again, it might just be because Song Sinian usually eats takeout. And eating something that wasn't pre-packaged felt incredibly delicious. As a result, he didn't stop eating, chewing away non-stop. Slow down, no one's gonna snatch it from you. Haha, back when I was in college, my classmates around me ate even faster than I did. I remember one guy, he could polish off a whole tray of lunch in just a few minutes. That's bad for the stomach. Zhang Muwan was used to thinking from a medical perspective, just an occupational habit. However, speaking of college, Song Sinian realized that after chatting for the past 2 days, he knew a lot about Song's side of things, but knew very little about Song Sinian's. So, taking advantage of lunch, the two of them started talking. Nanhu University, huh? A sacred place for liberal arts. But going for a master's in Chinese language and literature, that takes guts. You were even in the Hanfu Club? For real? Got any photos? Let me see. Wow, not bad. You haven't changed a bit since your freshman and sophomore years. How are you not aging? You got time to drop by our research lab? I'll draw some blood for a physical checkup. Oh, compared to the lunch in front of her, Zhang Muwan was far more interested in Song Sinian's stories, college clubs, gaming competitions, cat stories, and so on. For a medical student buried in studies all day, others' ordinary lives felt out of reach. As it happened, Song Sinian was quite chatty, so they ended up having a great time talking. After lunch, Zhang Muwan didn't head back right away. Instead, she took Song Sinian to the bakery on campus. The shops at Yangling University, some were run by staff families, some were brought in via bidding, and some were directly managed by the school. But regardless of the type, as long as they opened shop on campus, they all accepted the school ID card. There was plenty of money on Zhang Muwan's card. She couldn't even remember exactly how much, but under normal circumstances, she could never spend it all. So, she thought she'd buy some stuff for Song Sinian too. After all, he went through the trouble of coming here to drop off money. Treating him to lunch was the least she could do, and it was only right to return the favor. What kind of cakes do you like? She came to this shop often. The taste and value were both great, and students here visited frequently. Me? Just the regular ones, or mango flavor. Okay, then let's get those. Hi, can I get 2 boxes of mango mille-feuille, please? And a box of strawberry mille-feuille, plus 3 boxes of red bean pastries. A few minutes later, she had several bags in her hands. You can have some cake when you're taking Chinese medicine, it won't be so bitter. Oh, no need. Actually, I don't really eat cake. And it's not bitter at all. But Zhang Muwan was insistent, and pushed the bags directly into his hands. Just take them. Patients need to listen to their doctor. Besides, in life, you've got to be good to yourself. Throughout our lives, everyone else is just a passerby, only you are your own home. So, be good to your home. She waved goodbye to Song Sinian. She still had work to do in the afternoon and couldn't spend more time. Song Sinian paused, caught off guard. For some reason, he took a deep breath, and headed back to the corner. The Cat Café, Medical Building, Room 1206, was the office for the graduate students Zhang Muwan supervised. Usually, her grad students. They headed out for lunch at 11:30 and didn't come back until 1:30 or even 2 o'clock. The vibe was all about relaxation, but Zhang Muwan, when it comes to academics, is a results-oriented person, so he rarely keeps tabs on them. Yet, pushing the door open today, he discovered that all the graduate students in his office were actually there, and each and every one of them was looking at him with a strange expression. No matter what he did, their gazes never left him. How bizarre. What have these kids gotten into? Why are you all staring at me like that? Is there something on my face? Everyone heard him, and they glanced at each other, exchanging a look that he couldn't quite decipher. Wu Xiaotong is the closest to Zhang Muwan out of all the students. And she's the big sister of the office, usually the boldest one of the lot. Professor Zhang, actually, we were just discussing something. We were talking about IgA, and why glycosylation defects occur in the patient's body. Wu Xiaotong was speechless. How could they, his students, possibly be talking about this during their break? Professor Zhang definitely overestimates them. No, it's actually about a relationship issue. Don't tell me you guys fell for a doctor during your residency? Let me tell you, that's not, no, how could that be? Professor Zhang, don't overthink it. That's good. There are a few major taboos for medical students. Don't fall for a doctor during residency, and don't fall for a patient when you're a doctor. Just recently, that whole scandal with the doctor cheating was still fresh in everyone's memory. He certainly didn't want the students under his wing causing any trouble. Professor Zhang, see, it's like this, I have a friend. Their first love is getting married soon, and the first love reached out to me. Should this friend go to the wedding, or just send a gift? What the heck? What is Wu Xiaotong talking about? She made it so obvious, wouldn't Professor Zhang understand right away? That she was dropping a hint about him? Look at his face, he looks absolutely ice cold. Wu Xiaotong, when you're out there, don't tell anyone you're my friend. This big sister who is usually so sharp, how did she lose her cool at such a critical moment? Could she have been any more obvious? I wonder if Professor Zhang is going to delay our graduation because of this? Everyone in the office had their own thoughts. Some hid it well with blank expressions while others had poor poker faces. Practically writing, guilty, and terrified, all over their faces. Zhang Muwan knitted his brows, lips pressed tight, looking like he was about to blow up. Yet what he was actually thinking was completely different. What, I have a friend? Isn't she just talking about herself? What year is this to still be using that excuse? So, Wu Xiaotong's first love is getting married. And she's wondering if she should show up at the wedding, huh? Are kids these days getting married that early? I thought everyone was waiting to marry and have kids later. Though, it's normal enough. I have to think about this carefully. If I give the wrong answer, it might have a huge impact on her life. I think she should probably go. It shows she's completely moved on, and it saves her from having any regrets later. In this life, one less regret means one more slice of happiness. Wow, that makes sense. You hit the nail on the head. Alright, I get it now. Since he said so himself, it must be true. I guess he's really moved on, right? It's totally normal for friends to pick food for each other. Seeing that he didn't say anything, Zhang Muwan patted Wu Xiaotong on the shoulder. Just to comfort her, and then she put on her eye mask to take a rest. The two of them had been chatting for a while, but they were actually on completely different wavelengths. But Director Zhang even served food to his first love. Has he really moved on? He said it himself, so he must have let it go, right? It's really just normal for friends to pick food for each other. Hey, can you pick some roast chicken for me next time then? No way, we're not friends like that. Besides, I've already invested in you. Tell me more about this investment. The semester just started 2 or 3 days ago. After the weekend passed, military training was just around the corner. The weather in Yangling was exceptionally sunny this year. Song Xinian took a look at the forecast. The next 2 weeks would be nothing but scorching sun, with temperatures ranging from 27 to 41 degrees Celsius. It was hot enough to turn pedestrians into beef jerky, but none of that had anything to do with Song Xinian. He was just in the cat cafe, enjoying the air conditioning and petting cats, living the dream. Man, this Chinese medicine is really bitter. Just smelling it makes my mouth water, and if I take another sip, I feel like I'm going to throw it right back up. But even so, I have to suck it up and drink it. What can you do? It's supposed to be good for kidney health. Wait a second, is this stuff actually good for the kidneys? If it doesn't work, I'm definitely going to settle the score with Zhang Muwan. It's 1:30 in the afternoon now. Everyone was feeling drowsy after lunch. In the cat cafe, there were only 2 couples whispering to each other, and 1 senior student who had already secured a spot in grad school, sneaking out to work on their thesis. Other than that, there wasn't any business at all. Song Xinian thought he'd take a nap before the afternoon rush of catwashing began. Little did he know, his younger sister, Song Xinyue, sent him a message while he was half asleep. What's up? I was in such a rush when I left the house that I forgot my water bottle. Can you buy me a bubble tea and bring it to the edge of the sports field? Give me a break. It's so hot out. Why on earth would I go out in this? Can't you just drink your roommate's water and buy her something nice tonight as a thank you? Song Xinian typed it all out, just 1 tap away from hitting send. But then he tapped delete over and over again. It's just so hot today. What if his little sister gets dehydrated, has a heat stroke, and faints? That would be a huge mess. Oh, forget it. She is his sister, after all. What can you do? You've just gotta spoil her. Though, I hope she doesn't end up like those characters in brainless novels where the more I spoil her, the more she hates me. Like, I treat her with all the kindness in the world. And then the first thing she does after graduating is poison my tea. Enough of that. Song Xinian shook his head. And then he replied with an okay. Smiles don't just appear out of nowhere, they only move from one person's face to another's. Song Xinyue was happy over at the school, but Song Sinian, back at the cat cafe, suddenly froze. He had forgotten one thing. During these first few days of freshman orientation at Nanchang University, outsiders were allowed to enter and leave as they pleased. But once the freshman orientation is over, getting in won't be easy. After all, Song Sinian isn't part of the school staff. What should he do? Song Sinian clicked his tongue, lost in thought. He had no choice but to open WeChat and find Zhang Muwan's chat. She's a teacher at the school, so getting someone in would be a breeze for her. As for why he didn't ask Ji Yu Meng, it's because Ji Yu Meng is a counselor. She's in charge of the freshman orientation this year, which is her busiest time. He figured she wouldn't have any free time. Oh, please let her be on campus. If she's out at the hospital for a clinic shift, then he's in trouble. If that happens, I'll just have to be a brother who broke his word. With that, Song Sinian closed WeChat. He didn't expect Zhang Muwan to reply instantly. A doctor and a teacher. With those two busy professions combined, she probably wouldn't have time to check her phone. He'd feel lucky if she replied within 10 minutes. But he didn't expect. The moment he closed the app, a notification popped up on his screen. I was at the hospital for a shift this morning and just got back to campus. Is something up? Are you feeling unwell after taking the herbal medicine? No, I just wanted to ask you for a favor. His fingers flew across the screen. Lines of text appeared in WeChat as Song Sinian explained his request. If it wasn't convenient for Zhang Muwan, he would have to find another way. However, things progressed much faster than Song Sinian expected. No sooner had he sent the message than he received a reply, sure. Go to the entrance of Yangling University now. I'll wait for you there. It's so hot outside. Song Sinian didn't want to make Zhang Muwan wait, so he threw on a sun-protective jacket. He hopped on his electric scooter and headed toward Yangling University. It wasn't far, and he arrived in 7 or 8 minutes. Whoever said doctors are all old and bald? Aren't they good-looking, too? Parking his scooter to the side, Song Sinian hurried over to greet her. Sorry I'm late. No worries, I just got here myself. Thanks for the trouble. With the teacher leading the way, Song Sinian didn't face any obstacles and walked into the campus with ease. Your sister is a freshman. Which department is she in? The School of Mathematics. Isn't that the department Ji Yu Meng manages? What a coincidence. Really? I only knew she was a counselor. Ji Yu Meng is your regular customer, and you didn't know that? I honestly have no clue which department she manages. If you were a doctor, would you care what your patients do for a living? As someone in the service industry, providing good service is what really matters. Why would I ask about a customer's personal life? To stalk, spy, or kidnap them? I would ask. Knowing their profession helps clarify things. It's an occupational habit. Fine, Song Sinian conceded. Is this what studying medicine is like? Too cautious. Xiaolu Coffee. The two walked along the path. They soon arrived at Xiaolu Coffee. She pulled out her phone to scan the QR code. Song Sinian went on a ordering frenzy. Zhang Muwan glanced over and noticed he had ordered 6 cups of coconut water and 2 bags of bread. What's going on? Aren't you supposed to be bringing water to your sister? I'm stocking up. Just finished placing the order. Song Sinian turned and locked eyes with Zhang Muwan, staring into those puzzled eyes of hers. Song Sinian instantly understood what she meant. If he only bought it for his sister, there's a chance her roommates might get jealous if they're the petty type. So, one for everyone is best. Plus, it'll help me get on good terms with them, too. Oh, Zhang Muwan nodded. At home, you rely on your parents. Away from home, you rely on your friends. He clearly understood that much. The rest is for you. You said on the phone you just got back from the hospital. And you're still wearing your white coat, so you definitely haven't eaten yet. So, here's some bread to boost your energy so you'll have the strength for this afternoon. Wow, you're a real lifesaver. Your deductive skills are a perfect 10. Someone so meticulous is perfect for medicine. It's a shame you're not a student at Yangling University. Sigh, the world is missing out on a future medical star. Why are you giving me your phone? I'm going to show you something good. Come on, hurry up. I've got other things to do this afternoon. Seeing this, Song Sinian handed over his phone, though his eyes stayed glued to the screen. If he spotted anything inappropriate, he'd snatch it back the second he saw it. There was a whole bunch of unspeakable, indescribable stuff in his mobile browser. The kind of things that make guys excited, girls disgusted, old folks shed tears, and kids unlock the doors to a whole new world. Fortunately, Zhang Muwan didn't do anything else, just opened WeChat. Tapped around for a bit, and then took a photo of Song Sinian. If he hadn't been watching the whole time, Song Sinian would have thought she was taking out a predatory loan in his name. That photo thing was way too weird. About 10 minutes passed. Zhang Muwan handed the phone back. From now on, you can just scan your face to get through the school gate. Huh? You're that powerful? Dr. Zhang, you aren't some principal's daughter, are you? Did you use your privilege for me? That doesn't seem right. As soon as Song Xinian finished, Zhang Muwan rolled her eyes at him. Why is this guy so full of drama? People who can get in and out of Yangling University are generally staff, students, or family members of the staff. It's pretty obvious it's not the first two. If you want to get into the school, you can use that last option. Teachers at Yangling University can authorize 3 or 4 family members to enter, so I just linked one of those spots to you. That photo I just took was just so you can use the face scanner at the gate. Oh, so I'm officially your family now? Like, in the system? And what kind of relationship did you put down? A patient? You can actually do that? Who knows? After getting the coconut water, Song Xinian and Zhang Muwan went their separate ways. Zhang Muwan is a very busy person. She had a ton of things waiting for her that afternoon, and Song Xinian had to get back to work at the shop after dropping off the water. There's no spare time in the world of adults. After school started, the paths around Yangling University weren't as crowded anymore, they were empty and vast. It was very quiet. Back when he was a student, Song Xinian really loved an environment like this and even thought about becoming a teacher after graduation. Maybe strolling around campus in his free time. But, in the end, he lost out to reality. Becoming a shop owner, honestly, it's not half bad. But if I could be a teacher and climb the ladder, or land a guy like Secretary Yu Liang as a father-in-law, that'd be a whole different world, wouldn't it? Arriving at the athletic field, the freshmen had already started their military training. Song Xinian found a nice, shady spot under a tree, sat down on the ground, and started to wait. College military training isn't usually that strict, especially in this sweltering heat. They rest for a bit after every half hour of training. Once Song Xinyue takes a break, I'll just hand her the coconut water and head back to the cat cafe. It won't take up too much time. On the rubber track, the chants of march, quick time, and attention were honestly a bit hypnotic. Song Xinian's mind drifted back to his freshman year. Back then, he was just a naive little chef in the making. Things are different now, he's a worldly, seasoned old chef. Man, when will I finally become a legend? An absolute master of the culinary arts? Thinking of that, he glanced at his social feed. That jerk Wang Mingzi is playing the moral high ground again. They say women fear marrying the wrong man, but men fear choosing the wrong career. If he'd known, Song Xinian figured he should have studied photography back then. Tears of regret started to trickle from the corner of his mouth. He wiped them away. As he pulled his gaze from the phone, he looked up and, to his surprise, he locked eyes with Ji Yu Meng. Her eyes were fluttering, bright and clear, though filled with a hint of confusion. Manager Song? I thought I was seeing things. What are you doing here? My sister's a freshman this year, and she's in training, so I came to drop off a drink. How come you never mentioned it? Ha ha ha, well, now you know. What a coincidence. She's in the School of Mathematics. Is she one of yours this year? Really? That's a shame I wasn't there during freshman registration. Otherwise I definitely would have noticed. It's a pity his memory is a bit fuzzy. He racked his brain but couldn't recall a thing. Ji Yu Meng blamed it on the daily grind. Ever since he started working, his memory just hasn't been what it used to be. Ji Yu Meng had come to the field just to check in on his students. Since he ran into someone he knew, he just sat down right next to Song Xinian. They started chatting about his sister. Since Song Xinian had nothing else to do, he kept the conversation going. During military training, having random people on the field is pretty obvious. I mean, when everyone else is wearing camo and you're the only one in casual clothes. You're bound to stand out like a sore thumb. Song Xinyue finished her drills, then stood at attention. Girls always get a little leeway during training, so the instructor led them over to a shady spot under the trees. She was spacing out, wondering where her brother was and how he'd get the water to her. Her eyes wandered, and then her pupils suddenly dilated. Her gaze locked onto a spot, under the tree not far away. Her own big brother was sitting on the ground, chatting away happily with her instructor. And judging by how they were acting, they looked like old friends. What is going on? My brother never said he knew the instructor. And doesn't he have 0 female friends? Damn it, come on, universe. Please tell me you're joking and my brother isn't dating his own academic counselor. If that's true, I'll literally die of embarrassment. Memories of every cliché, over-the-top drama she'd ever watched flashed through Song Xinyue's mind. Smack. Someone patted her on the back of her hand. She turned her head instinctively. Song Xinyue locked eyes with her roommate, Zhao Shijing. Check if the guy next to the counselor in the shade is actually her boyfriend. I don't think so. Yeah, I agree with you. Look at Counselor Gu's eyes, they're practically sparkling. Those are pure, love-struck eyes. Are you serious? Why don't you think it's him? Because my brother never mentioned he had a girlfriend. Shish. The two of them had been a little too loud in their surprise. They caught the attention of a patrolling instructor, and just like that, they were rewarded with 30 push-ups. Song Xinyue managed to slip away safely. Not long after, the military training group took a break. Song Xinyue felt her heart pounding in her chest. As she walked toward Song Xinian, she was terrified that the moment she reached her brother, he'd say something like, "Hey Xinyue, meet your sister-in-law. I really didn't expect that my sister's counselor would end up being my girlfriend." Oh my god, that sentence alone is enough for a whole novel. Fine, if I had known, I wouldn't have asked my brother to bring me water. This is all just a recipe for disaster. Teary-eyed, those few dozen seconds felt as long as years. Counselor Gu, "Hey Xinyue. Your brother brought you some water." "Yeah, I forgot to bring mine, so I had him drop some off." "That's so nice. I always wanted a brother when I was little. That way, someone would have been there to take care of me." Being an only child, you get all your parents' love, sure. But compared to a big family, you miss out on a lot of fun. Being the only one in the house, versus growing up with brothers and sisters, it's a totally different feeling. Actually, having a brother isn't all that great. He's always bullying me. If you're going to be like that, I might just pour this coconut water out. Still, having one is definitely better than not having one. He's just a total tsundere. Sharp tongue but a soft heart, huh? Yeah, wow, that's more like it. The rest is for your roommates, hee hee. Got it. Gosh, it's so nice having a brother. Actually, Ms. Gu, you don't need to be that envious. Even without a brother looking out for you, you've already done a great job taking care of yourself. That's something others can't even compare to. Ha ha ha, now that's what I like to hear. After handing the coconut water to his sister, Song Xinian headed back to the cat cafe. Work hours always fly by. In the blink of an eye, it was already night. The corner cat cafe doesn't have a cafeteria, so if we want to eat, we just have to order delivery. We don't really need to order milk tea, though. The cat cafe provides drinks, and Song Xinian can make them himself. He's especially skilled at mixing cocktails. Teacher Kui Yuching once joked, "If the cat cafe ever goes out of business, you can just go work as a server." If Song Xinian went to a bar to be a bartender, he'd probably make even more than he does now. After placing their food delivery order while the shop was quiet, Song Xinian felt inspired and picked up the shaker to mix a drink for himself. As they say, a little bit of drinking is fun, but too much is bad for the kidneys. Mixing things up once in a while just makes life a little sweeter, right? "Manager, are you making milk tea?" "Hee hee, I'm mixing things up. I'm not making a cocktail, and hey, do me a favor and make me a lemon tea while you're at it." Piece of cake. Song Xinian said nothing, just kept swirling his glass to ease the awkwardness. I forgot the rest of the lyrics, just humming, water. The phone on the bar counter vibrated right on cue, breaking the awkward atmosphere. "What's up? Weren't you playing that big video game? How do you have time to call me? Don't tell me I'm just part of some game you're playing. Hurry up and turn off your speakerphone. I'm in the hospital, lying on a bed right now." "What happened? Weren't you perfectly fine this afternoon? Did the game poison you or something?" "No, man, my stomach ruptured. My organs are all tangled up inside." "Where are you?" "I'm coming right now, faster than a lightning bolt." Song Xinian drove toward the hospital, going way too fast. He almost scraped another car. Heilin Provincial Hospital of Traditional Chinese Medicine. February to January. Looking at the medical record in his hand, Song Xinian shed tears of pure frustration. So-called hernia, medically speaking, is when a part of an organ or tissue leaves its normal anatomical position and enters another space through a congenital or acquired weakness, defect, or opening. That's my stomach ruptured? Talk about blowing things out of proportion. In a way, it is a rupture of the abdominal wall, and yes, organs can get caught in there. But when most people hear my stomach ruptured, they think it's a life-threatening catastrophe, not something like this. A hernia is just a common surgical issue. A minor, minimally invasive procedure will fix it. It's not serious at all. Damn you, Wang Mingzi, give me back the genuine concern I felt. Maybe I should wait until he's recovering from the anesthesia. He's still under the influence of the drugs right now. I have no choice but to let him do whatever he wants. Hey. What kind of dirty thoughts are you having? Nothing. When did you even find out you had a hernia? Weren't you perfectly fine today, playing your game? It was this afternoon, after we finished shooting and went back to the hotel. A young lady said she really liked my charm. She wanted to bathe with me. During the bath, she noticed my abdomen looked swollen. But when she pressed it, it disappeared. She felt something was strange. She asked to check it out, and that's how we found out it was a hernia. Dude, don't you think there's a bit too much information in that story? Whose house do you have to be in, and at what angle, to even notice someone's abdomen while taking a shower? Song Xinian didn't dare to think any further. He was still just a kid, after all. A little chef boy. So, are you going to thank her for it? Yeah, once I'm out of surgery, I definitely have to take her out for a nice meal. And have a deep, heart-to-heart talk. Maybe then you'll learn some self-control. You never listen, and now look at you, you've worn yourself out so much your stomach ruptured. Oh, it has nothing to do with self-control. The doctor said it's because I lack exercise. I don't get it, though. I exercise for 10 to 30 minutes every single day. How can my body be in bad shape? Oh, get out of here. Do your parents know about this? My sister knows. She's coming to take care of me in a couple of days. We didn't dare tell mom and dad. Fine, whatever. Song Sinian knew about Wang Mingjae's family situation. His sister was the only reasonable one. His parents were impossible to communicate with. Speaking of Wang Mingjae's family, he was a real legend back at Nanhu University. Everyone else showed up on the first day in private cars, carrying suitcases. The rich ones arrived in Bentleys or Rolls-Royces. Only he showed up in a coaster bus. Some sharp-eyed people even noticed that the deputy dean of Nanhu University was in the group with him, along with some high-ranking government official. That's when everyone realized he wasn't just some ordinary guy. Later, as everyone spent more time with him, they realized Wang Mingzi really was someone special. His family owns a chain of private hospitals, with branches in 4 major metropolises. Word is, their Shanghai hospital even has a partnership with the Cleveland Clinic. He's the kind of rich kid most people can't even touch, but Wang Mingzi doesn't have that arrogant, privileged attitude. On the contrary, he's super down to earth, which is why back at Nanhu University, he used to be a total stud, but as for why he turned into such a sleazy photographer, well, that's a long story. Anyway, I'm starving. Why don't you go get me something to eat? Order delivery yourself. Don't you have a phone? I do, but takeout isn't hygienic. You never cared about that before. Times have changed, okay? Look, I'm sick and about to have surgery, alright? So, getting something bought for me makes it hygienic? Oh, come on, there's a Lao Shang Ji across from the hospital. Just get me some chicken soup with baby bok choy and bamboo shoots or something. That's cleaner than takeout. You're really something else. Well, I'm hungry myself, so whatever. The hospital was empty at night, especially here in the inpatient building. There were hardly any people around, except for a few nurses on duty. And some family members sleeping in the hallway. He didn't see anyone else. Wait, isn't Hailing Provincial Hospital where Zhang Muwan works? Song Sinian thought of the beautiful Dr. Zhang. She was so stunning, that it was hard to forget her once you'd seen her, especially since Song Sinian is a total sucker for good looks. He was even more impressed by her. But even so, unless she was on call, or had some other plans, she probably wouldn't be at the hospital this late. Thinking about that, Song Sinian gave up on the idea of running into her by hallucination. He put on his headphones and walked quickly out of the inpatient building. The Lao Shang Ji across the street was open 24 hours a day. Part of it was to make money, and part was to provide a place for patients' families to stay. The people coming to the hospital are all sorts. Most of them just ordinary, struggling folks. Medical bills already cost so much, so paying for a hotel just to sleep for one night would only be a waste of money. They'd rather just find a place to crash. He pushed the door open and walked in. The scent of food hit him the moment he entered. Someone was sleeping on a bench in the back of the shop, with a few pots and pans tucked nearby. The owner was a decent guy and didn't chase anyone away. Instead, he even turned off half the lights. Living life on the road. Doing a favor for others is just doing a favor for yourself. We're all just regular people. So if you can help, you help. The other customers in the shop understood, too. After ordering, Song Sinian started playing on his phone. At this hour, the cat cafe around the corner was already closed. His cats at home still had plenty of food, so being a few hours late wouldn't be a problem. Still, Wang Mingjae's sudden hospitalization messed up their roomie get-together. No big deal. Everyone was chatting in the group chat about when to meet next. Just put it on the table over there. It's for takeout. Can you just keep it in the warmer for now? I'll pick it up before I leave. Dr. Zhang, what are you doing here? I should be the one asking you that. This place is a long way from the cat cafe. What are you doing here so late? My roommate is in the hospital, so I came to visit. How about you? I just finished a date. Going back to the hospital to cover a shift for a colleague? That's not really a date night vibe for a boyfriend, is it? What on earth? Song Sinian was completely baffled. What does just finished a date, not a boyfriend thing even mean? If it's not a boyfriend, then it must be a husband. Damn it, I let my guard down. Song Sinian realized he'd known Zhang Muwan for quite a while now. But he'd never asked about her private life because he'd subconsciously assumed that Zhang Muwan was a single girl. After all, she's got that double threat status of being both a doctor and a teacher. And on top of that, she's so beautiful, it's hard for anyone to imagine she's taken. But when he really thought about it, a girl this beautiful and talented, it would be weirder if nobody was chasing her. Having a husband would actually make sense. Sigh, married women are great, but getting caught by the hubby would be a nightmare. Wait. Song Sinian suddenly had a new thought. Jong Moo-won emphasized that it wasn't boyfriend appropriate. Could it be that she was just out on a date with a regular friend? Doesn't that imply he might have a shot? Man, she's good. Seriously, beautiful women are on a whole different level. I mean, with just one short sentence, she sent my brain into a total frenzy. She really is a master. That's right, adjusting your diet is part of the recovery process. Oh, by the way, you said your roommate is hospitalized. Is she okay? Do you need any help with that? Stuttering, is it, does she need surgery for that abdominal issue? That sounds serious. Well, nowadays, most of it is minimally invasive. The incisions aren't big, and the recovery is fast. You can usually get back on your feet a week after the surgery. So, don't worry too much. Yeah, I saw that online, too. I just didn't expect a traditional Chinese medicine hospital to perform surgeries. Song Sinian had always been terrified of hospitals. The first time he went was as a kid after being bitten by a dog. He had to get so many shots. The second time was back in the countryside. A neighborhood kid was acting up. Fell off a slope and broke his arm. He had to wear a cast for months. The third time was when a family member passed away at the hospital. Dealing with terminal illness and loss. Even as an adult, he'd only been a couple of times. The experiences were always terrible, so he avoided hospitals whenever he could. That's why his impression of them was stuck in the past, that TCM hospitals were only for herbal medicine. You'd walk in and be hit with the thick smell of herbs, and for anything needing surgery, you'd have to go to a Western doctor. Actually, most TCM hospitals now use a mix of both Western and traditional medicine. You rarely find places that only prescribe herbs anymore. Places that only do herbs are usually called national medical halls, which are just smaller branches under the main hospital. I'll let you in on a little secret. Some TCM hospitals actually have better Western medical surgeons than the general ones. Is that right? I had no idea things worked like that now. Well, of course, you see all sorts of situations these days. I mean, look at dating. You can be with the same sex partner, or maybe your partner is a girl, who knows? So, just now when you said you were on a date, was it with a girl? And, is she your wife? You really don't need to try to keep up that fast. Who said a date can only be with a boyfriend or a husband? Can't friends go on dates too? Besides, I've been straight my whole life. Female likes men. Her train of thought is just so unpredictable. No wonder Ji Yu Meng said she used to write novels. But wait, what were the novels she wrote? What kind of genre? Why doesn't she write them anymore? Is it because she prefers cats now? Jong Moo-won suddenly found herself feeling quite curious about this man, Song Sinian. But considering they hadn't known each other for very long, they didn't ask. Sometimes it's best to maintain a bit of personal space. The food at Lao Shangji was served quite quickly. Once the table was piled high with food, the two of them stopped talking. After dinner, Song Sinian took the packed leftovers, and returned to the hospital with Jong Moo-won. The surroundings were still peaceful. A huge contrast to the hustle and bustle of the day. He pressed the button, and the elevator slowly descended from the 13th floor. Dr. Zhang, which floor are you going to? The 11th. Okay, I'm going to the 9th. Dr. Zhang, when you're on duty, do you have to stay up all night? Not necessarily. General medicine is a bit more relaxed, so you can catch some Z's when you have time. Departments like oncology or the ICU are busy all night. Oh, are you the only one on duty? Doctors have their own offices and there are nurses outside. Song. Store manager, are you heading home after dropping things off? I'm not sure. My roommate doesn't have a surgery tonight. Since I just moved in today, I guess I'm fine on my own for now. Do you drink coffee to stay alert when you're on duty? I do. I have coffee in my office, but I'm feeling a bit lazy today. I guess I don't feel like brewing it myself. Would you like a cup? A thank you for the little cake you gave me earlier. Would it interrupt your rest? I've got nothing but time. Alright, see you in a bit. What's going on? It was so slow coming down, how come it's so fast going back up? As he took the small elevator, Wang Mingzi was starving to death. He hadn't eaten a single bite since noon, and his stomach was growling non-stop. It had already issued a serious protest, and he figured if he didn't get some food in his belly soon, it would take over his brain and find something to eat itself. Where the hell did Song Sinian go? Lao Shangji isn't that far, is it? 1 hour. Isn't that enough time to eat and bring something back? Damn it. This kid didn't leave me behind to go flirt with the nurses, did he? Thanks, I'm about to pass out from hunger. You're welcome. Why were you down there so long? Was the restaurant closed? It was open, but I ran into an acquaintance. Talked for a bit. An acquaintance? Is your acquaintance hospitalized too? No, she's a doctor. She came in for a night shift. Receipt details, 40 yuan? I messed up. If I had known, I would have asked Dr. Zhang if she wanted milk tea. There are plenty of 24-hour shops. What are you doing? Ordering drinks? I'll handle it. What do you want? Can patients even drink milk tea? Sure, I didn't have surgery. Then why didn't you order delivery instead of making me go out to buy it? Didn't I tell you? It's because you have a surgery tomorrow. So you need to eat something good. This guy has really mastered the art of double standards. No matter what, he always spins things in his favor. Being this shameless is a talent in itself. So, what'll it be? Milk tea or fruit tea? Iced or hot? No milk tea for me. I'll order coffee instead. Drinking coffee at night means no sleep, but I just feel like having some. Suddenly the craving hit me. You understand, sometimes when the craving hits, I just lose all sense of restraint. And then the regret sets in afterward. Thank goodness I didn't cause any real trouble. Hey man, are we even talking about the same thing? You, the master chef. Don't go corrupting a rookie cook like me. Delivery coffee, 109 yen, 10.9 yen. Delivering coffee? At this hour, the delivery fee is so steep. Sigh, it's all hard-earned money. Wash, 900, go to checkout. Nothing beats a full stomach, right? So, you want to play a few rounds? Honor of Kings? Or definitely League of Legends Mobile, Aram? Forget it. I've got stuff to do later. You're a single guy with no girlfriend, what could you possibly have to do? Isn't it just playing games every day? Then reading novels, binge-watching shows, and right before you sleep, fantasizing about having a pretty girl who loves you. Stop, just stop. A friend of mine is feeling uncomfortable hearing that. Why does my heart feel like it's hurting? So young and already having heart palpitations? I should probably see a doctor after I finish this. I've still got things to take care of. I'm heading out. Oh, alright, maybe it's the high delivery fee. Or maybe there aren't many orders at night. It didn't take long. The coffee arrived in Song Sinian's hands. After telling Wang Mingzi he had something to do, Song Sinian grabbed the coffee and headed out. The night was deathly quiet. Everything around was peaceful. For a hospital ward building, this is a good thing. Peace means no emergencies. No emergencies mean the patients are stable. For the patients' families and the doctors, what could be better than stability? In the middle of the silence, a ding sounded. May I ask who you are looking for? Dr. Zhang Muwan. You're looking for her? Oh, take the left hallway, third door from the end. Thank you. Sister Lee, why did you let a delivery guy go inside? Doctor, aren't deliveries supposed to be left at the front desk? Ah, you're so dense. Does he look like a delivery guy to you? It's obvious he's someone Dr. Zhang knows. Really? I've never seen him. By the way, can a doctor's relative go into the on-call office? In principle, no. But as long as it doesn't interfere with work, the bosses tend to turn a blind eye. Oh, do you think he might be Dr. Yang's boyfriend? They look about the same age. And did you see the t-shirt he's wearing? It's an AK brand. That costs 3,000 or 4,000. He must be some kind of rich kid. Only someone like that is good enough for Dr. Zhang. 3,000 or 4,000 is more than my monthly salary. I wish I could be someone like that too. To land a rich boyfriend, first you need to have a powerful father. And then a mother who is a hospital director. Enough of that, I'm going back to watching short dramas. They have everything in there. Great Nation short dramas. Come in. I was still waiting for you to message me. How did you find my on-call room? A helpful nurse. I actually forgot about that. The on-call room is pretty basic. It's not exactly comfortable for you. HMPH, what do you mean not comfortable? I ordered an iced Americano. I don't know if it's to your taste. Wow, it's Starbucks. They're still open this late? Just what I wanted. I only just found out there was a 24-hour Starbucks, too. Life is already bitter enough. Drinking something even more bitter only makes it twice as hard. Cold Tower Medical Tales. Is this a novel? You could say that. But to be more specific, it's half medical textbook and half story. The two are woven together. It's actually quite interesting. You could say that reading this book is like learning medicine while enjoying a story, and enjoying a story while learning medicine. Oh, really? I always thought people studying traditional Chinese medicine mostly just read professional textbooks and their teachers' clinical notes. Of course that's part of it, and I have those notes too. Do you want to take a look? It might just change your stereotype about medicine. Or about doctors. Anyway, we don't have anything else to do right now. Reading a book and chatting with Zhang Muwan sounds nice. This Cold Tower Medical Tales looks half new, half worn. The first half is worn, and the second half is new. I suppose Zhang Muwan only read halfway through. Dr. Zhang, all the pages you've dog-eared. Are they all about illnesses of the heart? You're quite perceptive. Why did you make a point to fold them? Is it because they're outside the scope of traditional Chinese medicine? That's not it. I just think the human heart is such a strange thing. When your mood is good, diseases seem to be held in check. When your mood is poor, countless ailments come knocking. You tell me, this mood, or perhaps the human heart itself. What exactly is it, and what kind of role does it play in medicine? This story tells of an old woman who was in perfectly good health. But ever since her husband passed away, even in the dead of winter, she has to cover herself with thick quilts. Her joints and bones feel like they're enduring a freezing rainstorm, aching intensely from time to time. After diagnosing her, the doctor determined that her longing for her husband caused her vital energy to stagnate. You say, how can a change in mood lead to such a physical reaction? Besides, when a loved one passes away, shouldn't we try to move on from the grief? Personally, I think those who have left would want the living to be happy and joyful. After all, one cannot live in the past forever. I can personally understand it. Do you live in the past forever? Maybe because the person I love is waiting for me to go back. Zhang Muwan's heart skipped a beat. Song Xinian's reply was very brief, just one sentence. A dozen words or so, yet it seemed to hold so many stories. There is no woman, compared to one's moonlight from their youth, who can mesmerize a young man more. And correspondingly, a man with a story is, in itself. Zhang Muwan had only considered this a casual chat, but now she felt an extra spark of interest in Song Xinian. Of course, that's just my take on it. Everyone has different thoughts. Ha ha ha, no. Your answer actually makes quite a bit of sense. As a doctor, I have met so many people and witnessed so many partings between the living and the dead. Some people can move past their sorrow quickly, while others live inside it forever. Until just now, Song Xinian's answer suddenly made everything click for me. No wonder the teacher always said third-rate doctors treat symptoms, second-rate doctors treat the illness, and while it's easy to cure a physical ailment, curing the heart is the real challenge. Speaking of the heart, I've got a huge knot in mine, too. Dr. Zhang, why don't you check my pulse? See if, after taking that traditional Chinese medicine, my kidney deficiency has improved at all. Traditional medicine takes time to work. You've only been taking it for about a week, so you won't see results overnight. Once you've finished this entire course of medicine, I'll take your pulse again. Oh, got it. But while you're taking the medicine, you should also ramp up your exercise. When your body is strong and your energy is good, your kidneys naturally won't be in bad shape either. Manager Song, your cat cafe isn't far from our school. When you've got some free time, you can come to campus to run or play ball. You're free to come and go as you please now, anyway. Man, that's a nice thought, but it's a bit hard to put into practice. Why? First off, the freshmen are in the middle of military training right now, so the track is super crowded. Plus, I don't exactly have the strongest self-control. I could probably force myself to go once or twice, but I doubt I'd be able to stick with it long-term. Song Xinian hadn't done many things in his life that he'd stuck with. He could count them on 10 fingers. But he had a laundry list of bad habits. In elementary school, he stuck with copying homework. In middle school, it was reading novels. In college, it was watching Japanese adult films and playing on his phone. As Song Xinian thought about it, he suddenly felt like a bit of a loser. The military training only lasts for 2 weeks, it'll be over soon. As for sticking to it, how about I take you running with me at night? Would that be appropriate? What's not appropriate about it? And it'll give you a chance to keep an eye on me, make sure I run 5 kilometers every day. Yangling University holds 2 sports meets every year. The one in mid-November is the faculty and staff meet, and the one in late April is the student sports meet. In the few years I've been at this school, I've signed up for long-distance running every single year, not because I like it, but because I'm the youngest female teacher in the department. As for the older colleagues, whenever you ask them to sign up, they come up with all sorts of excuses. Yet these same people can churn out hundreds of pages of research papers. And precisely because of that, they always end up getting volunteered. That's just how the workplace is. Next time, you should use some excuses yourself. Once you do it enough times, you can filter out a lot of those headaches. Really? I have a feeling that once you're out on those night runs, Manager Song, you'll be the one coming up with all sorts of excuses to bail. Man, I haven't even had the chance to use my scheme yet, and you've already seen right through me. How are we supposed to play like this? Haha. By the way, Dr. Zhang, what do you usually do when you're just hanging out? Mostly just watching dramas, reading novels, catching plays, traveling, that kind of thing. Really? I figured you were always studying. I mean, look at you, Dr. Zhang, 27 years old. A medical PhD while still so young, you must have spent so much time on your studies. That's not wrong, but you know, time. You can always squeeze some out if you try. I know some PhD supervisors who are actually a few years younger than me. What about you, Manager Song? I'm pretty much the same as you, just with a bit of camping and cycling thrown in. You're into cycling too? But for anyone who has taken Song Sinian's pulse, his condition can be summed up in one word: frail. If he just exercised a little more, his health would improve quite a bit. Cycling is one of those activities that's a great workout, but Song Sinian doesn't look like someone who cycles. It's been way too hot lately, it's over 30, maybe even 40 degrees out there. So I haven't been cycling for a while. Looks like I guessed right. Manager Song, you really are the type to make excuses, aren't you? That's a fact, not an excuse. Since that's the case, I'll invite you to go with me sometime. Don't go making any excuses when the time comes, Manager Song. I won't. I generally don't turn down a pretty lady, but now I'm starting to doubt your real motive for cycling. Don't be suspicious, it's definitely for the workout. But, you know, working out. Cycling is good for the body, but while you're out riding, you can head to other places to work out too. Do you really think a bunch of young, wealthy, free-spirited men and women go out cycling together? And just actually ride bikes? I'm telling you, that's a group of seasoned pros. Time always slips away quietly when you're having fun. Song Sinian checked the time again. It was already past midnight. If he didn't have cats at home, Song Sinian would have loved to stay and chat with Jang Muwan all night. But the money-draining beasts at home needed feeding and their litter boxes scooped, so after saying goodbye to Jang Muwan, he drove straight home. As the manager of a cat cafe, the time Song Sinian enjoys most is between 10 in the morning and noon. At this hour, there are almost no customers in the shop. The cat cafe is very peaceful. Once he's finished feeding the cats, he can sit on the second-floor balcony, soaking up the warm morning sun, feeling the gentle summer breeze, and patting a cat in his lap. He can also gaze out at South Lake not far from the courtyard and just space out all morning. South Lake is a well-known lake in Yangling City, with South Lake University situated on its shores. Various other colleges and universities were built around it, forming what is now the university town. Back when Song Sinian was a student, there were still swans in South Lake, and the banks were crowded with fishermen. Over the years, the number of swans in the lake has grown, while the fishermen have all but disappeared. First, because Yangling's management of South Lake has become much stricter. And second, because South Lake has a bit of an eerie reputation, people jump into the lake to end their lives every year. Since you'd probably come back empty-handed anyway, it's not worth the trouble, so now almost no one goes to South Lake. Manager, you're still alive? Your dark circles are so heavy. Don't drop dead in the shop and ruin my business. Ah, a sharp tongue but a kind heart, that's her exactly. What do you mean ruin your business? This shop is mine. Wait, isn't this shop technically mine now? You need to be careful lately. South Lake hasn't met its annual quota this year. I've got a protective amulet from home, so I'm not scared at all. If you ask me, there's nothing supernatural about South Lake, it's just a place prone to accidents due to bad luck. I'm not afraid in the slightest. By the way, manager, do we have any plans for the shop during National Day? Same as last year, 8 days of continuous work. I'll give you 9 days off after the holiday. The cat cafe falls under the service industry. And if there's one thing every service job has in common, it's that when the customers are on holiday, you're on the clock. So, can I take 3 days off in the middle of that? Sure, it's not like I'm some heartless capitalist. Aren't you going to ask why I'm taking time off? I wasn't really planning on asking, but since you brought it up. If I didn't ask, wouldn't that be a disservice to both of us? I'm going back for a blind date. Kui Yuqing's sudden revelation left Song Sinian stunned all morning. You have to remember, she's only 21, right in the prime of her youth, all bright and sunny. A girl her age should be out there living her best life and playing the field. Getting married? What's that about? Song Sinian is 25 himself. I'm not in a rush to go on blind dates. Oh, it's not for me. Don't get the wrong idea. I'm just tagging along to my cousin's blind date. I'm only 21, no rush. You scared me to death. Song Sinian patted his little heart. I was really worried you'd drop a bombshell. But boss, you really are at that age. Back in my hometown, my 25-year-old cousin's kids are already old enough to run errands. You sure have a lot of relatives. That's just how it is in my village back home. Go on, go on. Be careful on the road. 3 days isn't enough? Take a few more if you need to. After lunch, the afternoon at the cat cafe rolled around. The customers started trickling in, and Song Sinian got caught up in the rush. But he worked with extra energy today, he even sold a silver-shaded Napoleon cat. This breed has been super popular lately, they look great and have such gentle temperaments. The owner absolutely loved it. Perfect. Ha ha ha. In the evening at Shamu, the sunset over South Lake was breathtaking. Tiny ripples spread across the lake, gently wrinkling the reflection of the blue sky and white clouds. It shimmered with golden light. From inside the cat cafe, it felt like everyone was living underwater, watching the shimmering light dance on the windows. After a long, tiring afternoon, there was nothing more relaxing than this moment. Shiyue was fast asleep in his arms, using its paws to cover its eyes. It exposed its soft belly, and Song Sinian couldn't help himself. He took a big sniff of Shiyue's tummy. That warm, musky cat scent was pure bliss. Shiyue let out a little meow and jumped out of Song Sinian's arms. It found a corner and started grooming itself. "Oh, so you're shunning me now?" Hello. As a doctor who just finished a night shift, you're entitled to a little rest the next day. After arriving home at 9 in the morning, Zhang Muwan caught up on some sleep. She stayed in bed until 5:30 in the afternoon. She originally thought about just resting at home all day, but it felt like such a waste of time. So, she decided to head back to campus to check on her thesis and catch up with her grad students. While driving past Song Sinian's corner cat cafe, Zhang Muwan remembered their conversation from last night. Since she wanted to get some exercise, well, there's no time like the present. She might as well take the cafe owner along with her. "Hello, Dr. Zhang. When did you get here? How come you walk around without making a sound?" "Meow, meow, meow, meow. I just walked in. Meow, 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 meow. And then I saw you doing that perverted stuff to the cat." "Meow, meow, meow, meow. You can't put it like that. That's not being perverted. It's just how an owner shows affection for their pet. Plenty of people do it. You didn't just come here to buy cat treats, did you? You're paying this time." At the mention of paying, Zhang Muwan felt her face burning red. She really did forget last time. "It's not that I'm trying to be difficult, but Dr. Zhang, you don't have a cat at home, do you? Why would you buy cat treats? And how did you know I don't have a cat? People who own cats always have a few cat hairs on them, no matter how carefully they clean up before heading out. But Dr. Zhang, you don't have a single cat hair on you. That's impossible for someone with a cat. If you ask me, being a cat cafe owner is a waste of your talents. You'd definitely be better off as a detective." "You're right, I don't actually have a cat. I bought those cat treats for the strays at school." "Manager Song, you haven't eaten yet, have you?" "No. Let me take you to the school cafeteria for a bite. And while we're at it, we can keep each other accountable and go for a run." "You should handle the shop, manager. I'm swamped at the shop, and honestly, you really do need the exercise." "See, even Xiao Kui says so." Now, after changing into some clean clothes, Song Sinian and Zhang Muwan walked out of the cat cafe. 7 o'clock in the evening. There aren't many people in the cafeteria at this hour. "Is there anything you like in particular?" "How about the roast chicken? That's a bit too greasy. Are you sure you want to eat that at night?" When a girl asks, "Are you sure about that?" Or "Are you sure you want to buy that?" what she's really thinking is, "But if you insist, I can get mad at you for it, too." Even though Song Sinian is a bit of a home cook, he's got plenty of theoretical knowledge, so he changed his tune immediately. "Actually, I like chicken strips too. Cola chicken wings are pretty good, right? Too much sodium, it's bad for your kidney health. The Dompo pork looks pretty good. Too much sugar intake will keep you up at night. Still way too high in calories. You food-shaming jerk. My adorable Dr. Zhang, didn't you ask me what I wanted to eat? Now this isn't okay, that isn't okay. What am I supposed to eat?" "Eat me, Manager Song, I didn't mean anything by that. I was just looking at it from a doctor's perspective. It's fine, I think boiled broccoli tastes pretty good, too. If I had known it would be like this, I should have just said I already ate. I even signed up for a gym membership tonight. Luckily, the Yangling University cafeteria really has everything." In the end, he did get some meat, lamb to be exact. Zhang Muwan said lamb is good for warming the kidneys. "This is my first meal of the day." "First meal at this hour? Are you on American time or something?" Being a doctor is like this. Once things get busy, there's just no time. People say choosing medicine is a curse, but if your whole family are doctors, that's a different story. Don't sigh. Happiness will slip away in your sighs. Let me fill your mouth with meat. That way, you won't have time to sigh anymore. From a medical standpoint, there isn't really a connection between sighing and happiness, but from a psychological perspective, good food really does bring people joy. What's wrong with having a little more joy? You silly manager, the idea that food brings happiness is actually a medical fact. After all, food stimulates the brain to release dopamine and endorphins. The hustle and bustle of the cafeteria made Song Sinian slow down his pace of eating. It's not very crowded, which is nice. It always gives off such a relaxed vibe. Zhang Muwan wasn't in a hurry either. He had only just woken up not long ago. Now he had plenty of time and energy. The only thing he was worried about was staying up too late. He's got all the time and energy in the world now, the only thing he's worried about is staying up too late. It ruins my work the next day. No wonder so few people are willing to take the night shift. Disrupted sleep is a minor issue, it's a messed up routine that's the real problem. Speaking of which, Dr. Zhang, since being a doctor is so busy. Why did you choose this profession in the first place? After my little sister finished her college entrance exams, our family wanted her to study medicine too, but she knew she couldn't handle the grind of medical school, and absolutely refused to go. In the end, she had no choice but to choose the mathematics department at Yangling University. I didn't want to study it either, but unfortunately, my whole family are doctors. Oh, that's no surprise then. Still, although doctors are very busy, it's a pretty good job being able to heal the sick and save lives. Plus, you get to hear so many interesting stories. With all the different men and women, it's just beyond your imagination. Nothing you won't see in real life. Sometimes I even feel like novels are too conservative. Like what, for example? Like, these are patient records. How could I tell you? You're such a tease. It feels just like being home alone, pants off, only to have the internet cut out. Who am I supposed to take this frustration out on? This is called medical ethics. If it were anyone else asking what illness store manager song had, I wouldn't tell them you have a kidney deficiency either. About that kidney deficiency, actually, men have it to some degree. It's even more common in older men. But to actually have it said to your face, not many people can just brush it off. Dr. Zhang, do you have any paper? Like, napkins? Yeah, hold on. I mean paper I can write on. What do you need that for? I'm going to write a suicide note, and then take you down to the grave with me. Of course, that was only in Song Xinian's imagination. In reality, Zhang Muwan kept pulling out tissues and handing them to Song Xinian. Song Xinian took the tissues and covered his eyes, his tears soaking through the paper. Another one, please. Zhang Muwan started to panic. They say men care about face more than anything, and hate having their kidney issues exposed, but he didn't expect such a massive reaction. I'm sorry, store manager Song. I'm sorry. I'll definitely be more careful with my words from now on. Please stop crying, please. I'm begging you. Actually, Song Xinian is only a little bit weak. He's still young, after all. With a few doses of herbal medicine and some exercise, his body will recover. It's not a big deal. Why are you acting like this is some tearful parting? Zhang Muwan is a doctor, and he's seen plenty of intense situations, but a young guy like Song Xinian, crying his eyes out in front of him? He had truly never seen that before. The fact that he was the one who caused Song Xinian to cry made it even harder to bear. While handing tissues to Song Xinian, Zhang Muwan felt his own heart aching. Even his voice trembled noticeably. What should he do? If Song Xinian kept crying, he was afraid he might end up crying right along with him. With his eyes still covered, Song Xinian had a lot he wanted to say. He was crying, but it wasn't because Zhang Muwan said he had a kidney deficiency. He just couldn't stop the tears. Back in college, Song Xinian was always on his phone and even wrote novels during that time. Staring at the screen for long periods gave him dry eye syndrome. Sometimes, when he stares at a screen for too long, or gets hit by a cold breeze, his eyes ache uncontrollably and he starts to tear up. He had just been blasted by the cold air from the AC. Dr. Zhang, are you alright? It's my own issue, not yours, manager Song. It's my fault. Zhang Muwan thought Song Xinian was just trying to comfort her. She felt even guiltier inside. You aren't weak. It's my bad. Let me wipe those tears away for you. A faint, delicate scent drifted into his nose, and for a split second, Song Xinian felt his very soul tremble. It was like a gentle spring breeze, his heart was pounding uncontrollably. Song Xinian had long since thrown any explanations to the wind. Explanations? They could go hang out with Dr. Yang's perfume for all he cared. As for students, some people eat earlier than others. Undergraduates have pretty fixed meal times, but for graduate students, especially dinner, well, it's much more casual. Over in the cafeteria, Wu Xiaotong felt the mutton soup in front of her was bland and tasteless. The group chat was so much more interesting. At the cafeteria? No way, for real? I'm heading back to the office right now. It's absolutely true, and Director Yang's first love is sitting right across from her. You know, that handsome guy you snapped a photo of before? Wow, seriously? He's that good looking? I'm going. You've got to be kidding me. Why would Director Yang's first love come here? Could it be that Director Zhang refused to attend the wedding, and now he's here to invite her again? How should I know? I'm sitting too far away. Oh my god, Director Yang's first love is crying. He's sobbing his heart out. He looks absolutely devastated, and Director Zhang is actually handing him tissues. Quick, take a video. Oh my god, it's real. Could it be that after seeing her, Director Yang's first love realized he couldn't let her go? I mean, she was his white moonlight back in the day. But what does that have to do with crying? You're so dense. If he realized he was still in love with his first flame right before his wedding, and the thought of spending his life with someone he doesn't love, of course he'd cry. It's just a shame he's getting married so soon. What a pair. Well, why don't they just call off the wedding? The wedding hasn't even happened yet, but they've definitely already registered the marriage. What are you thinking? You register first, then have the wedding. But that doesn't mean they can't get a divorce. Divorce? What divorce? If they split up, I won't have a chance. Seeing a girl that pretty, only I deserve to be with her. Wu Xiaotong covered her eyes. Damn it, Zhang Zetian. This guy's remarks were just too painful to read. From now on, whenever she went out, she really needed to distance herself from him. She absolutely couldn't let anyone know that they were from the same academic department, lest she get a bad reputation. But wait for his white moonlight to realize he still likes his first love right before getting married. Isn't that just so moving? Wu Xiaotong started shipping the couple. After finishing dinner, Song Xinian headed straight for the sports field. Zhang Muwan went back to the office first to change into clothes suitable for working out. It was just after the start of the semester, so the freshmen were still in the middle of military training. The sophomores and juniors had just returned from vacation, and the guys and girls were all looking to reconnect. Since they hadn't seen each other all summer, there were a lot of people at the field. Luckily, most of them were in the middle of the field, so not many people were blocking the running track. It didn't hinder his workout. As soon as Song Xinian arrived at the field, his gaze uncontrollably drifted toward the young women nearby. He grumbled to himself, this disobedient body of mine. Manager Song, you're staring at that young lady so hard, your eyeballs are about to pop out. What I'm looking at isn't just a young lady, it's the most beautiful time in a person's life, their youth. Zhang Muwan chuckled to herself. She couldn't believe a pervert could make ogling a pretty girl sound so poetic. I've really learned something today. But then again, what Song Xinian said wasn't wrong. You can find a different interpretation from any angle. What a literary genius, truly worthy of a master's degree in humanities. The system really needs talents like him. Hey, Dr. Zhang, how about you look at this handsome guy right here? Your eyeballs are about to pop out too. Zhang Muwan gave him a big eye roll. She thought to herself, who actually calls themselves a handsome guy to someone's face? You only count as handsome if someone else says it. Song Xinian laughed instead of getting annoyed. He found Zhang Muwan to be even more adorable. Perhaps he was just too obsessed with good looks. Men are just so honest. You have to warm up before you start exercising. Manager Song, you don't work out often, so you need to warm up even more. Understood. Zhang Muwan was focused on her own movements. But when she caught a glimpse of Song Xinian by accident, she was instantly shocked. While Zhang Muwan was doing actual stretches, Song Xinian looked like he was malfunctioning. His movements were stiff and his limbs were totally uncoordinated. He looked like a dancing robot from a TV show. Excuse me, Mr. Alien. May I ask what kind of conspiracy brings you to Earth? What do you mean by that? Your limbs are stiff and your movements are all over the place. It doesn't really feel like you're a human being. Are you insulting me? No, really, you looked just like a robot a second ago. When you raised your arms, it was all jerky, and you barely jumped a few inches off the ground. You only twisted your waist a few degrees, you were just slacking off, and your flexibility is terrible. You can't even touch the ground with your hands. Zhang Muwan found it super difficult to do these moves. She was a normal person, after all, she couldn't copy what a robot would do. Song Xinian had thought Zhang Muwan was just joking, but as he kept watching, the expression on his face changed. No way, is my physical condition really that bad? Dr. Zhang, I feel like you're definitely exaggerating a bit. I don't believe I'm that stiff. Look, there's a security camera right there. If you don't believe me, I'll go to the security office in a bit and pull up the footage. Song Xinian looked in the direction she was pointing, and the surveillance camera was facing right at him. Seeing the red light, he instantly lost his confidence. Haha, I guess I'm just getting old. Plus, I haven't worked out in a long time. 25 isn't exactly old, is it? Oh, for a man, once you pass 18, you might as well be 60, so that's not surprising. No wonder your kidneys are. Ha ha ha, be nice, doctor. It's an old problem. Alright, never mind. I'll start by teaching you the warm-ups. Follow my lead and learn these movements. Song Xinian didn't argue. With a pretty girl as his instructor, he was more than happy to work out. A personal trainer like this in a gym would cost hundreds an hour. Zhang Muwan was not just a good doctor, but also a good teacher. She was extremely patient. Even though Song Xinian acted like an android, she taught him very earnestly. Whether it's learning or exercising, you have to take it step by step. You can't get everything done in one sitting. Once the warm-up was done, Zhang Muwan took Song Xinian out for a run. He only asks him to run 3 or 4 laps, while he has to run 12.5 laps himself. It adds up to nearly 5 kilometers. Freshmen have the most free time. Once military training ends for the day, they have nothing to do in the evening. Most freshmen spend their nights in the dorm binge-watching shows or playing games, while some play ball or take walks on the track. Only a handful of study fanatics would spend their time studying during military training. Song Shin-yue is an honors student. Getting into Yangling University is proof of that. But he's not a study fanatic, otherwise he wouldn't have just settled for Yangling. At this hour, he's just out walking on the track with his roommates. He secretly sighs that college life is so much better than high school. Everyone is like an unbridled wild horse, free and easy. The conversation has no bounds. They can talk about studies, games, dating, or celebrities. The bold ones are already making dirty jokes to his face, and he's secretly shocked by this adult knowledge. So that's how some things can be played. A notice was just sent in the group chat, telling us to bring all the clothes hanging in the hallway back into the dorm. Yang Yu mentioned it this afternoon and specifically named our dorm. Saying not to hang black lace underwear outside, what can that little scrap of cloth even cover? If the counselor sees it during a night inspection, they'll definitely criticize us and say it's bad conduct. That black lace underwear must be yours, Jingjing, that little piece is even see-through. Get lost. Mine is purple, so whose is that black one? Oh, I remembered wrong, they said purple. Hey, the surroundings are filled with clamor. Full of youthful energy. Song Shin-yue looks at his noisy roommates. He sighs helplessly. His roommates are all idiots. It's really great. He was just about to chime in when his eyes accidentally caught the track, and he froze in his tracks. Song Shin-yue rubbed his eyes, confirming it again and again. Only then did he realize he wasn't seeing things. Why is his own brother here at school? Yue, is that your brother on the track? What's going on with him? Last time he was chatting and laughing with our counselor Ji-yu, but today he's with a different beauty? What a total scumbag. Zhao Shijing quickly snapped the shutter. She took a few photos. The one next to your brother is the school belle of the medical department. What, the school belle? Does your brother really like such a young girl? Ever since last military training, when they saw Song Sinian with counselor Ji-yu, everyone got to know a bit about him. He's 7 years older than Song Shin-yue, and Song Shin-yue is 18 this year. Song Sinian is 25. He secretly grumbled to himself. That's way too creepy, right? When Song Sinian was in his first year of high school, the school belle was only in the 3rd grade of elementary school. Maybe she's only 3 or 4 years older, the medical school belle. For real? Who is it? It's Professor Zhang Muwan. Can a professor be the school belle? I'm asking you, is a professor a person in the school? Does she even count as a person? Well, of course she counts. Then there you have it. Professor Zhang Muwan is the visual centerpiece of the medical department. I heard from a senior student that since Professor Zhang arrived at the school, she has held the #1 spot on the most beautiful professor list every single year. And every year, Teacher Zhang pops up in the campus beauty rankings. And you say he's a teacher? But I feel like he isn't much older than me. Haha, there's a lot you don't know about that. Teacher Zhang started college at 17 and finished his master's and doctorate in 8 years. Then he spent 2 years working as a doctor and a teacher. He's only 27 now. In the prime of his life. The 3 of them were full of surprise. That's a resume they wouldn't even dare to dream of. Like, the last guy this impressive was Baron Trump. Think about it, his dad is the leader of the world, his uncle is the richest man in the world. Yue, what's up with your brother? A few days ago he was with Director Ji-yu. And today he's with the medical school's campus queen. How would I know? Your brother isn't right. Could it be that your family is super wealthy? Maybe you're actually the daughter of the richest man in our hailing province, and you're just hiding your background to go to school? Pretending to be from an ordinary family while your brother, as the heir to a $1 trillion corporation, is worried about his little sister being wronged at school, so he's using his own body as a bargaining chip. Seducing the female teachers and counselors at the university just to get them to take good care of you? What you need right now is to uninstall those cheesy romance apps and stop watching those crazy dramas. You rotten brother, I never knew you were such a hit with the ladies. And he specifically goes for people at our school. If things go well, it's fine, but if they break up, won't I be the one getting sabotaged? I'm telling Mom to find him a girlfriend when I go home for National Day. I have to act now before things change. I'll push her right now. Song Shin-yue took out her phone. Tap, tap, tap on the screen. No one knew what she sent. Song Sinian sneezed out of nowhere, and then his nose started tickling. After sneezing a few times in a row, Song Sinian muttered, "What the heck? Who's talking behind my back? Are you alright? Could you have caught a cold from the chilly wind after running?" It's the middle of summer, where would there be a chilly wind? A chilly wind is all relative. It's probably just someone talking about me behind my back, that's why I sneezed. Really? I guess someone is missing you. Can you guess who? Probably me from a few years in the future. Maybe the future me is thinking about the current me. If the current me gave Dr. Zhang a bottle of water, would there be a different story to tell? Do you mind that it's cold? Thanks. Maybe it's because she's beautiful, but Song Sinian felt that the way Zhang Muwan drank water was more elegant than anyone else's. Let me whisper a little fun fact to you. Drinking warm water after exercising in the summer actually hydrates and cools you down better. That fun fact is a bit too boring. So boring I don't even want to respond. Because, honestly speaking, drinking it cold is much more satisfying. So that's why you're, haha, sorry, just some old habits. In Yangling, even at night in the summer, the feels like temperature is over 30 degrees. In weather like this, just walking outside is enough to make you sweat. And if you do any intense exercise, you'd be sweating buckets. The two of them had finished their run, and they were already soaked in sweat. Feeling all sticky and super uncomfortable. My clothes are soaked through. Yeah, tell me about it. Let's go take a shower together. Isn't that moving a bit too fast? Mixed gender bathing on the first time? That's not great, right? What are you thinking about? Our medical building has a bathroom, it's for people who pull all-nighters and don't go home. Manager Song, your way of thinking is dangerous. The infrastructure at our Nanhu University isn't exactly top-notch. We don't have such fancy, high-end facilities in the research building, so you can't blame me for that. You'll just have to blame Nanhu University. I think I'll pass on going. Besides, I didn't bring any clothes, and I completely forgot about that. Anyway, bye, goodbye, thanks for the water, and please thank your future self for me too. Bye-bye. After parting ways with Song Sinian, Zhang Muwan headed straight back to the medical building. She prepared to wash up and rest. Research conditions had been steadily improving this year. Each floor of the new office building was equipped with 4 bathrooms, and cleaning staff would come by as soon as you pressed the button. In terms of convenience, this place was even more comfortable than home. After showering and changing into fresh clothes, Zhang Muwan felt completely refreshed. It was just past 9:30 in the evening, and she planned to work until 2 in the morning before heading home. She didn't have clinic hours until the following afternoon, so she could get plenty of rest in the morning. This was a small perk for pulling the late shift. Keep it up. Meanwhile, after tidying up the cat cafe, Song Sinian set off on his way home. He had just finished changing the cat litter and was getting ready to feed the cats. Suddenly, there was a loud knocking at the door. That's strange, he thought. The bubble tea I just ordered couldn't have arrived this quickly, could it? That delivery driver must be lightning fast. Song Sinian dashed to the door, full of excitement. He yanked the door open, but damn it, it wasn't the bubble tea. The person standing there was none other than his 50-year-old mother. Mom, what's with that look on your face? Oh, so you're disappointed to see your mother? Who exactly were you expecting? Oh, come on. We see each other all the time, why do we need to be so formal? Is that so? You haven't been home in 2 weeks, and you never answer your phone. You're a young man in your mid-20s, you don't have a partner. No kids, no partner. You never answer your phone all day long, what are you so busy with? If I didn't have a partner but somehow had kids, you'd be the one who should be scared. I'm not like that rich kid, Wong. How dare you talk back to me? You know what? I know. Cousin's kid is already old enough to run errands by themselves, Mom. Have you heard? Cousin is in the middle of a messy divorce with his wife. Really? Didn't they just get married 3 years ago? And the kid is only a year and a half old. Oh, you have no idea. Rumor has it that his first love is back, and she's the CEO of an internet company now. The company just went public, and she's worth over 100 million. Is that so? Her husband died not long ago. He had a fatal accident while hiking in Thailand, and now the company is in her hands. Now the two of them want to get back together. There's actually something like that going on? Exactly. So please stop pressuring me to get married. What if my first love also turns out to be a billionaire? Comes back to find me, and I end up hitting the jackpot? Well, look at this kid. He led me in a big circle just to set a trap for me. This son of mine has way too many tricks up his sleeve. Yang Jingwen hadn't just come over to visit her son. She had an ulterior motive. She was tired of nagging him about marriage anyway. She stopped pushing him for now. Seeing the place was tidy, she finally felt a sense of relief. Mom, did you come here for anything else? It's good you helped me book an appointment. You have to book online for everything these days. Your father and I are getting old, and we really can't figure these things out. When we get to the hospital, what should I say is wrong? The same old issue? My stomach is acting up again. It's fine, probably just the usual stuff. Just take some meds and it'll be okay. Honestly, I keep telling you to stop eating leftovers, but you never listen. See? Your stomach is hurting again. I didn't eat any. No one knows a mother better than her son. You think I don't know what you're up to? There aren't any slots left at Hailing Provincial People's Hospital. The earliest one is next Friday. How about we try a different hospital? There are no slots at Hailing Provincial TCM Hospital either. The earliest opening is the week after next. What about Yangling City People's Hospital? The city hospital had an incident recently, and all the staff got taken in for investigation. You'd still dare to go there for treatment? How could I have been so oblivious? Don't I have a gastroenterologist right here? Mom, go home and wait for my call. I'll find you a reliable doctor. More than an hour later. After seeing his mother off, he opened his phone. He sent a message to a WeChat contact. When focusing on work, people easily lose track of time. Zhang Muwan last checked her watch at 9-something. When she checked again, it was already 12:06 at night. The campus outside was silent. Under the dim streetlights, there was only wind, rain, and falling leaves. The medical building was just as quiet. Cold, sterile lighting filled the space, and the air conditioning hummed incessantly. Zhang Muwan walked out of her office with a water cup. There were still quite a few students and faculty working and studying. In medicine, there's no such thing as a passing grade of 60. Life doesn't offer makeup exams. Who's messaging this late at night? It couldn't be Ji Meng, could it? Zhang Muwan unlocked her phone. A familiar name came into view. Are you there, Manager Song? Still awake this late? You're hilarious, Manager Song, that's so relatable. I do have a favor to ask. You're a gastroenterologist, right? My mother has stomach pain and there are no slots at the hospital this week. I was hoping you could help me out. Many people ask for medical favors, and I usually decline unless it's an emergency. But I can make an exception for Manager Song. I get what you mean. I have clinic hours tomorrow afternoon at 2. Bring your mother in at 1:30. I'll see her early so it doesn't delay the other patients. Thank you, you're welcome. You're taking me out for a meal later. No problem. This Thursday, I'll book a world-famous, high-end Western restaurant. If you say KFC, I'm going to kill you. Oh, you predicted that one. You've got a sense of humor. Get some sleep. Early to bed, early to rise. Got it. He's already in his 20s and he still uses Kamoji in his messages. That was a middle school trend. But he really is quite interesting. Zhang Muwan put down her phone and quickly headed back to her office. Even the evening breeze felt a bit more cheerful. The next day, because he had to go to the clinic in the afternoon. Song Sinian went to the cat cafe early as usual, but Kui Yuqing had arrived even earlier. Why did you come so early today? The neighbors started drilling and hammering at 7:30. I couldn't sleep at all. How long is this renovation going to last? It might take 2 or 3 months. Good luck. If it really comes to that, I'll just crash at the cat cafe. There's a staff lounge on the 2nd floor. It had bunk beds. Song Sinian didn't object and smiled, agreeing to Kui Yuqing's idea. The cat cafe rarely had customers in the morning, so the two chatted about family matters and trending topics online. It wasn't exactly intellectual, but it was fun enough. Manager, help me look over my cousin's blind date candidate. What should I focus on? This isn't a blind date. It's clearly just screening job resumes. Sigh, love really turns into a business when you get to a certain age. I'm a guy, I should be looking at the girls, not the guys. Exactly because you're a guy, that's why I need your advice. No one understands men better than other men. Before Song Sinian could even offer a suggestion, Kui Yuqing had already finished filtering them herself. The standards are realistic, right? Pretty picky, but her values are perfectly normal. It seems there are still plenty of normal people in the world. Kui Yuqing is one, and so is Zhang Muwan. I wonder if he's up yet. Dr. Zhang, are you awake? Early bird, already up. Haven't had lunch yet, have you? No. How about we grab lunch together? I thought I'd have to wait until Thursday. Getting asked out made him feel inexplicably uneasy. But if it's not too much trouble. So hungry. No problem. Okay, see you at 1:30 sharp. Wait, no, hello? Wanwan, are you listening? Zhang Muwan, what are you doing? It's nothing, just chatting with a patient's family. Chatting with a family member and you're smiling like that? You're beaming from ear to ear, even though you're lying to me. My heart feels warm. I'll make noodles. I'll add a soft-boiled egg and broccoli. Touching. The Hospital of Traditional Chinese Medicine was packed all day long. Only the hour between 12 and 1 was relatively quiet. When the mother and son arrived, the hospital was exceptionally still. I'm telling you, Sinian, do you really know a doctor? I do. You know what your son is like. Exactly because I know, that's why I don't believe you. Stubborn, bad-tempered, and lazy. Good for nothing all day long. Hey, am I your biological son? How are those all my faults? Song Sinian found the gastroenterology department. 5 consulting rooms were closed, and only Zhang Muwan's light was on. Song Sinian knocked on the door and, receiving the go-ahead, pushed it open. Upon entering, Song Sinian saw Zhang Muwan in her white coat. Professional and elegant. Shopkeeper song, you're here a bit early. Haha, I didn't want to interrupt your work later. It's fine, I reserved enough time. Hello, Auntie. Hello, Dr. Zhang. No need for formalities, Auntie. Just call me Muwan. I bought an iced Americano, try it. It's so bitter. This one is way more bitter than the last one. Really? I got it from the same place as last time. Want to try mine to balance it out? I've got a caramel latte. This is nice. Very sweet. Shopkeeper song, you've done me in. He had tasted that coffee before. Then I'll just help myself to your iced Americano. The two locked eyes. They both understood immediately, and a flush of red spread across both their faces. Let's focus on the aunt's treatment first, put everything else aside for now. The consultation went very smoothly. Zhang Muwan is already a seasoned pro with this type of condition. Ma'am, please wait outside for a moment. I need to discuss a few private instructions with Manager Song. A moment later, all the consultation steps were finished, and they were left alone in the room. Manager Song, even though stomach issues aren't hereditary, they do tend to run in families, so you should keep an eye on it yourself too. I understand, I'll be more careful from now on. Remember to supervise your mom's medication. 1 dose a day for 15 days straight. Then continue for another 15 days to solidify the results. Got it, nothing else then. This exam room's AC is way too cold. It's so chilly, it's uncomfortable. It's set to 26 degrees right now. I'll help you turn it up 2 degrees. No need, the AC in this building has always been acting up. No matter how you adjust it, it's useless. Just have to power through it. The cold air from the AC blasted even harder at the wrong time, making the chill even more intense. Zhang Muwan wrapped her lab coat tighter around herself. Her thin frame looked even more delicate in the cold draft. Consultations start officially at 2 o'clock, right? That's right. There are still 10 minutes left. Can you come downstairs with me? I think I can. Alright, come down with me then. I have something to give you. Song Sinian opened the door. His mother had already gone to pay and pick up the medicine. The once empty waiting hall was now packed with all kinds of patients. Nurses were arriving one after another, organizing files and getting ready for the afternoon's clinical work. Zhang Muwan paused for a moment, then followed Song Sinian out of the exam room. The nurses at the entrance nodded at Zhang Muwan as they saw her. They were clearly colleagues who had known each other for a long time. Giving me a gift right after you just treated your mom? Wouldn't that count as me accepting an improper gift? If a patient gives it to a doctor, sure. But a friend giving it to a friend doesn't count. I thought we were friends already. I never said that. If we were any closer. I really would want to poke that cute face of his. The two of them arrived at the underground parking garage. Song Sinian opened the rear car door and took out a light blue, water-patterned summer shawl. The blanket is a popular, trendy dual-use item. Here, for you. Wearing this should help block out the AC's cold air. For me? Then what about the young lady you were originally going to give it to? My sister said she forgot to pick up her delivery. She won't mind. Don't tell me you're jealous because you weren't the first choice, and that's why you're refusing? That word jealousy isn't quite right. People only feel jealous for someone they like. For a friend, it's at most just envy. Well, if your sister catches a cold, don't come to me looking for trouble. Don't worry, she's young and can handle the cold. My sister isn't as important as Dr. Zhang. We're not close at all. Zhang Muwan needed to get back to her post. After a brief chat, she headed upstairs back to the exam room. Song Sinian found his mother, Yang Jingwen, at the payment counter. The herbs have already been sent to the pharmacy for decocting. Let's head back for now. Brewing the medicine takes several hours, so the two decided to go home first. We'll come back to pick it up in the evening. Mom, stop teasing me. On the ride back, the mother and son's conversation revolved entirely around Zhang Muwan. Sinian, does that Dr. Zhang have a partner? No, she's too busy with work. She doesn't have any free time for dating. Are you thinking about? She's older than me, doesn't fit the requirements you have for a daughter-in-law. Oh, come on, as long as two people get along, their background doesn't matter. A happy family is what matters most. Mom, you're more fickle than I am. How about having Dad pick up the herbal medicine on his way home from work? Your dad is way too busy for that. You should go pick it up, and while you're at it, thank Dr. Zhang again. Fine, I guess. Back at the cat shop, Song Sinian buried himself in his work. He didn't get a chance to check his phone until 5 in the evening. His college group chat was blowing up. Since graduation, it's usually just customers and family, so it was rare to see new messages. Thanks for the little shawl. It's so warm and fits right over my lab coat. It's just a little bit big, though. In the photo, Zhang Muwan looked a bit bulky, but she still looked absolutely stunning. You're welcome. With a face like yours, everything looks great on you. You could make a school uniform look like high fashion. You sure have a way with words. Auntie's herbal medicine is still brewing. Just take a picture of the prescription for me, and I'll drop it off on my way home after work. Wow, not only are you pretty, But you're also so good at understanding clothes. Oh, I made a typo. I meant you're so understanding. Shopkeeper Song, you better be. It's been a long time since I felt this happy. At 7 o'clock in the evening, Song Sinian had just finished bathing a cat and walked out of the grooming room. Jong Moo-won was already in the shop playing with the cats. A white hospital plastic bag containing the herbal medicine was sitting on the front desk. Hearing the sound, Jong Moo-won turned around, saw Song Sinian, and instantly broke into a smile. Oh, our shopkeeper Song is finally done? What a hard-working man. Tell him, October, am I right? October, having no clue what they were saying, just let out a blank meow. Haha, he said I'm right. I wonder what kind of spirit he was in a past life. It's really enviable. The medicine is on the counter. It's still warm. Make sure to let it cool down naturally. Then put it in the fridge, otherwise it'll go bad. Got it. Have you eaten yet, Dr. Jong? No, but I can't have dinner with you tonight. My parents asked me out, and it's hard to say no. I didn't even ask you out yet. You are so narcissistic. Understood. Be careful on the road. You don't need to walk me out, you must be busy. 2 female customers with their cats were already standing at the door, waiting for their grooming appointments. Song Sinian dived back into his work, and the customers kept coming. It wasn't until late at night that he finally closed up. Is there really no way to make money without working? I wouldn't mind being a kept man, shopkeeper. I'm done cleaning up, I'm heading out. Some friends are coming to pick me up. Okay. Stay safe. Just as Song Sinian was about to lock the door, a frantic WeChat message came through. Call me. Fast. It's an emergency. Save me. The number is 13XX1234. What happened? Why are you begging for help? The phone was answered after 2 rings. Dr. Jong, what's going on? Director Guo, hello? Are you drunk, or have you been kidnapped? If you say I'm involved with a student intern, I will definitely handle it seriously. I'll write an apology letter all night. Phew, thank goodness I'm not hallucinating. I haven't died of overwork yet. Jong Moo-won? Jong Moo-won hung up immediately after saying that, leaving Song completely bewildered. To be honest, I was just about to head home. Have you had dinner yet? Not yet. Wait for me, I'll come pick you up and we can grab a midnight snack. So, you were just using me as a wingman to get away? Dr. Jong, you've really got away with things. Half an hour later, a car horn sounds in front of the cat cafe. Lock up, and I'll treat you to some late-night food. Alright then, I'm gonna eat until I'm stuffed. I did you such a huge favor, and you made me wait for half an hour. I'm gonna get bubble tea and fried skewers. Don't come crying when I eat you out of house and home. No problem at all, order whatever you want. Just try me. Talking to a smart person is just so effortless. He gets everything right away. Song Sinian locked the cat cafe and settled into the passenger seat. Why didn't you call Gu Meng instead? Why did you have to pick me? I did text her, but she didn't reply. You were the only one who responded right away. So I'm just the backup choice? My heart breaks. Would Manager Song turn down a midnight snack because of that? I would never turn down an invitation from a beauty. If you need anything, just let me know. After you, Dr. Jong. Manager Song is actually quite interesting. Jong Moo-won started the car, and they drove off together into the night. Song Sinian thought they were going to a mall, but to his surprise, Jong Moo-won drove straight to the University Town night market. Yangling University Town is one of the largest in the province. The night market scene is booming. After dark, stalls line both sides of the street. When Song Sinian was studying at Nanhu University, vendors used to line the lake for miles. They only moved after the city cleaned things up, but this kind of hustle and bustle, full of the scent of food and life, is the most comforting thing for the soul. What do you want to eat, Manager Song? Late at night, you've gotta go with barbecue or fried skewers. Neither of those fits a healthy diet. Barbecue is carcinogenic, and fried skewers are hard on the stomach, but they taste so good. Well, since I'm the one treating, I'll listen to you today. Really? Of course. Do I look like the type to go back on my word? Not at all. I don't really like stinky tofu, and those potato wedges don't feel right for a late-night snack. I don't want rock sugar pear soup in the summer, either. Let's just stick with barbecue. Have you decided yet? His voice is just so captivating. He would be a hit as a voice actor or in theater. I'd be willing to pay just to hear him talk. Still haven't decided. You don't happen to have trouble making decisions, do you? How did you know I'm a Libra? I always like to overthink things. That's called indecisiveness. No, it's called being thorough. Still, you do seem like a Libra. Libras usually have great looks. You actually know about that kind of stuff? I thought you were all about science. I picked up a little bit back in junior high. That makes sense. They chatted while they walked and finally stopped in front of a barbecue stall. The sign read Wangji Barbecue, and they sat down at a table. The boss handed over a plastic menu and some rare pink scratch paper. It had such a retro vibe. I grew up in the city, so I only ever saw these kinds of order forms at roadside diners in Xinjiang. They say the handwriting reflects the person. He's so good looking, but his handwriting is so messy. This cursive is only something he could read. Think the owner will recognize us? Dr. Zhang, do you eat spicy food? I don't. Actually, me neither. Looks like we have a lot in common. Cut the small talk. People from our hailing province love sweets, so let's go with cumin flavor. Any other food restrictions? Want some beer? No thanks, I'm driving. Look at my memory. Doctors have their own special medical handwriting. Lamb skewers. Lamb skewers. Song Sinian, is this some custom font you invented? Hey, Boss Wang, the skewers are ready. Lamb skewers. Alright, it's busy, so it'll be a short wait. I'll throw in 2 colas for free later. That would be great. You're always supporting my business. You have something on your mind? You just called him Boss Wang, but the sign says Wangji Barbecue. Song Sinian understood his confusion immediately and slowly revealed the story behind the sign. I had no idea. If the shop made a typo, they should have just redone the sign. Times were tough back then, and the shop even refunded half the money. So Boss Wang just let it slide. You really are kind-hearted. I just understand that life isn't easy for ordinary people. People who are too soft-hearted can't be doctors. Doctors need to be rigorous. Being soft-hearted leads to emotional decisions and mistakes. Besides, I don't agree with what you said. I wasn't expecting you to. I've known kind-hearted doctors. They definitely weren't perfect doctors in the strict sense. That's just my subjective opinion. I won't let you talk about yourself like that. I'm not some kind-hearted doctor. To me, it's just you. You treated my mom, and you even care for the stray cats on campus. I just did those things because it was convenient. It doesn't mean I'm kind. Then let your convenient actions warm more people. You're just a kind-hearted miracle doctor. You're so good with words. I'm afraid you learned a lot of tricks online. Not really. I won't hide that I played those 2D dating games when I was younger. Learned it from there. So, the cool shopkeeper song. Used to date a bunch of zeros and ones in code back then? Yeah, most people feel embarrassed admitting that. I think there's nothing wrong with it. As the two chatted, the charcoal grilled skewers were finally ready. The smoky aroma was incredibly rich. Song Sinian hadn't eaten all afternoon and was starving. He started devouring the food as soon as he saw it. It tasted even better than he expected. The summer night air was stuffy, so Zhang Muwan tied up her long hair, revealing her neck and shoulders, looking stunningly beautiful. So a feast for the eyes isn't just an exaggeration. With such a beauty in front of me, the food almost lost its flavor. When I was young, I heard people say that someone who sneaks glances at you and then looks away is probably into you. Is it still the same when you grow up? Shopkeeper song, why are you staring at me? As expected of a doctor, she saw right through me. Got it. I'll use a trending topic to talk my way out of this. I was just thinking about love at first sight. I know that love at first sight is usually just lust. A Weibo trend says love at first sight is when your soul recognizes someone you're meant to spend the rest of your life with. It's from a popular drama. It's really famous, Ji Meng is always quoting it. So you were just staring at me to test if that quote was accurate? Not to verify it. I guess I am being silly, it's just the production team's marketing tactics anyway. And what's the result? The result is that I'm the one looking like a fool. Love at first sight is a recognition of souls. Love over time is the soul breaking down its barriers. As long as we can be together, the process doesn't really matter. As these thoughts wandered, he found himself staring at Song Sinian's face. He'd been looking for a while now. This behavior was truly quite rude. He brushed it off, though in reality, he just simply thought he was good looking. He stared a few moments too long. Wang's barbecue had so many repeat customers. Soon the place was packed, with the smell of exotic spices and savory grilled meat mingling together. The two didn't want to linger, so they left the night market stall immediately after finishing their meal. I really just want to take a nap in the car. I'll drive you straight home, manager. Just drop me off at the cat cafe. I need to take this traditional Chinese medicine back to my mom's. The car moved slowly, the hum of the tires making him feel even more drowsy. Song Sinian wanted to fight the sleep, but just like back in his school days. He drifted off without even realizing it. When he woke up again, the car was already parked in front of the cat cafe, and everything around them was silent. We're here. I'm sorry, I didn't get any rest this afternoon. I was so tired I kept you from getting home. My affinity score must have plummeted. It's like having to delete my save file and restart this dating game. It's no big deal. Go get your medicine, I'll drive you there. I'm worried about you driving while tired and getting into an accident, so I'll give you a lift. But I have to go to my mom's place first. Alright, go grab your medicine quickly. I'll get you there sooner. Hurry, hurry. Song Sinian didn't refuse any longer. He got up and walked into the cat cafe to grab the medicine. In the car, sitting next to a beautiful young woman, the cool air conditioning swirled around in the confined space. A soft, elegant fragrance drifted into his nostrils, bringing with it a strange and unique sensation. Song Sinian wondered if he might have a fever. His whole body felt burning hot. His heart was pounding fast too. Before, when he had been a passenger in other girls' cars, he'd never felt anything like this. By the way, Manager Song, are you a Libra? Yeah. Doesn't that mean your birthday is coming up? Not yet, it's not until mid-October. That's not far off. In just a few days it'll be the Mid-Autumn Festival and then National Day right after. After you get back from the National Day holiday and work a few days, won't it be your birthday? Zhang Muwan was calculating the time in her head. He was a doctor, and also a teacher. Every part of his schedule was already planned out. As long as he followed his schedule, time flowed by just like water. A week, a month, a year, it all passed in the blink of an eye. When there were no holidays or plans, Zhang Muwan felt as if a single afternoon could feel as long as a whole week. Manager Song, what do you usually do for your birthday? To be honest, I don't really have any plans. At most, I'll just have a nice meal, and maybe grab a cup of milk tea. Actually, I'm a very conflicted person. Sometimes I feel like every single day should have some special meaning. And other times, I feel like every day is just plain boring. That's a typical Libra trait, right? Some people call them gentle and gentlemanly perverts. Ha ha ha, I've heard that one before too. A foreign scientist once did a study, and among all the psychopathic serial killers, Libras are the most common because they're so handsome. People with a refined air find it easier to get close to their victims. As it happens, Zhang Muwan knew this little bit of trivia, and Song Sinian gave him a surprised look. He never expected that they would share common ground in such a niche topic. Doctors really do have a wide range of interests. No wonder people say they lead wild lives. His mind drifted off, and it took him 3 or 4 seconds to snap back to reality. Before long, they arrived at where Song Sinian's mother lived, and Zhang Muwan pulled the car over to the side of the road. Song Sinian grabbed the herbal medicine and hurried into the residential complex. It took about the length of 3 songs. When he came back, he was still carrying a bag. But it wasn't the herbal medicine inside, it was a watermelon. The watermelon was completely black and perfectly round. Its surface was covered in tiny beads of water, as if it had just been taken out of the fridge. Looks like today is my lucky day. Why is that? Thanks to you, Dr. Zhang, I get to eat something really good. Using me as a shield? You've got quite a lot of nerve, store manager Song. We're even, aren't we? You did the same thing when you called me tonight. I guess we're square then. HMPH, I should probably treat you to a late night snack. And I'll treat you to some watermelon. Zhang Muwan stared at him for a moment. He pursed his lips, neither accepting nor refusing. Not long after, the car pulled up to a new residential area, and once the car was parked, Song Sinian didn't rush to get out, but suddenly brought up the topic about the personality of Libras again. Dr. Zhang, do you think a Libra like me is the kind of good-looking, refined serial killer you were talking about? Well, usually, before they actually kill, serial killers who are Libras are no different from normal people. They might even seem kinder than good people, so I can't really tell. So, are you afraid of death? Of course, any normal person would be. But if I were truly facing death, I think I would still be able to accept it calmly. So, are you willing to take the risk of entering a serial killer's home? Just to eat a slice of watermelon? Can your cats do backflips? I can try to make them do it. Then you better put in some effort. I don't want to have made this trip for nothing. Usually, when Song Sinian came home, his cats would hear his footsteps and be waiting by the door before he even opened it. Today, the cats were the same, with all 3 gathered by the door waiting for their owner to come home. It was the familiar sound of his footsteps and his voice. But they also heard a stranger's voice. At first, the cats didn't pay it any mind, until the voices got louder and then stopped right at the door. In an instant, the 3 cats zoomed away and hid in various corners of the room. When the owner is here, they roll around on the floor begging for food. When a stranger is here, they hide and keep quiet to save their lives. As for protecting the house like a dog would, don't even think about it. The master of the house won't do any work for their human servant. What is a young man's home like? Messy, unhygienic, and smells bad? That's what Zhang Muwan had heard from others, and it seemed right. But Song Sinian's home wasn't like that. It was cozy and tidy. Everything was neatly arranged, and at a glance, it looks more like a log-style model room put together by a renovation company. It's fully furnished, clean, and comfortable. but it lacks any real sense of life. Song Sinian walked into the living room. Passing by the corner, swish, swish. The cat water fountain sensed movement and started bubbling with clear water. Jong Moo-won followed right behind him. Her eyes scanned every corner of the house, finally resting on the display cabinet in the living room. In the center spot of the display cabinet were 3 photos. In the photos, Song Sinian was sitting on the sofa, posing with 3 different cats. 2 of them were orange tabbies, and 1 was a gray long-haired cat. As for exactly what breed they were, Jong Moo-won couldn't really tell. The all-orange one is called Mimi. The one with the white chin is called Mango, and the last one, a British long-hair tabby, is called Mochi. That's a bit unexpected. What do you mean? I thought that someone who runs a cat cafe would have cats that are all rare and beautiful, fancy breeds. I didn't expect them to be so common. Whether it's Mimi or Mango, they're just orange cats you see all over the streets. Not precious at all. Thinking this, Jong Moo-won snuck a peek at Song Sinian. Could it be that he stares at the pretty cats in his cafe all day and got bored of them? And now that he's home, he wants to appreciate something a bit more plain? Manager Song is such a strange guy. These are all rescues. There's an old saying, someone who truly loves cats should choose to adopt instead of buying. Then why do you run a cat cafe and sell cats? No other choice. I have to make a living. Besides, while I'm selling cats, it's also a way for people and cats to connect. Everyone falls for the cats at the cafe first, and then they start thinking about adoption. To the cats he's rescued, Manager Song is a warm-hearted god, he. A cat god. There's a big difference between cats raised at home and cats from a cattery. Cats raised at home are very timid. When a stranger suddenly shows up, they can only tremble and hide in the corner. Cattery cats don't care about that at all. Everyone who visits is a guest. It's even better if they have dried fish or freeze-dried treats. They'll come right up to rub against you, and once they get what they want, they just walk away. Not a care in the world. Mimi, Mango, and Mochi are all rescues, but they fall into the home-raised category. They've never been to a cattery. Song Sinian tried to lure them with a cat treat stick for a long time, but none of the cats were willing to come out. Damn it, you raise a cat for 1,000 days and they're useless when you need them for a second. I just bragged that my cats could do backflips. If that's not an option, I guess I'll have to perform myself. Song Sinian glanced at the cat-eared headphones he was wearing. Who says a cat that's over 20 years old isn't a cat? A tooth extraction is enough to make one consider doing a backflip. Song Sinian calmed down. His aging lower back really couldn't handle any strenuous activity. He was already suffering from kidney deficiency. If his back gave out too, then he could say a final goodbye to all the pretty ladies. A man who's willing but unable. Sisters of a certain age probably wouldn't like that. Forget it. Better to just cut up the watermelon for Dr. Jong. We can deal with the cat business later. Song Sinian walked out of the bedroom, and as he passed the study, he instinctively glanced inside. Just that one look, and he froze in his tracks. A guy in his 20s walked in quickly. Our store manager Song actually has. This is the scythe that the Shinigami uses to harvest lives in Death Note. Returning the Death Note, waiting for divine power, returning the Death Note. This is the plot of the Death Note movie. Dr. Jong, you must know this movie, right? But the Shinigami doesn't seem to know that this notebook is completely useless to me. Because I am the Witch of Death. Anyone who has feelings of affection or hostility toward me will be killed by the laws of nature. So our store manager Song is actually a witch? You're actually a girl? So that's the kind of person you are, Manager Song. In public, you act all decent, like a gentle boy. But in private, you're actually kind of cute. Like a cat lazily basking in the sun, showing its belly while someone pets it. Then, looking closely, it realizes the person petting it isn't the girl from before, but a sleazy old guy, and the cat instantly bristles up. This belongs to Song Shin-yue, it has nothing to do with me. You know how it is, girls in their teenage years. They always love to fantasize about things. Poor Song Shin-yue is taking the fall for no reason. Jong Moo-won stared at Song Sinian, feeling that store manager Song was unexpectedly cute. That annoying Dr. Jong. With so many books in the study, why not read those? Instead, you had to flip through my diary. All my secrets have been laid bare by you. Only the dead keep secrets. Your death is no fault of mine. Don't go flipping through other people's diaries in your next life. Click. The expected red liquid didn't appear, only yellow watermelon juice splattered all over the floor. So much drama just for cutting a watermelon. After Song Sinian put the slices on a plate, he walked out of the kitchen. In the living room, Jong Moo-won was watching TV. It was the hit show Love at First Sight that Song Sinian had mentioned, and it was playing the first episode. This girl is way too naive. If I really had a knife, you'd be done for right now. By the way, is the probability of Libras being perverts really that high? Eat some melon, Dr. Jong. Summer isn't summer without watermelon. A summer without watermelon is just a hot and dry season. Thanks. This melon tastes extra sweet. May I ask a rude question? Is Manager Song a secret multi-millionaire? This is an expensive Japanese densake watermelon. It's 500 per pound. This melon is worth 5,000. An ordinary family couldn't afford this. A cat cafe manager couldn't possibly live in Nanhu, where it costs 60 or 70,000 per square meter. He's definitely not as simple as he seems. I wouldn't call myself a millionaire, just an ordinary family. You call this ordinary? How should I put it? Everyone has one or two successful relatives in their family. With a little bit of help from them, life becomes much easier. My relatives help out a lot. I see. My father is exactly that kind of person. During the holidays, a bunch of strangers come to visit. Just thinking about it makes me tired. Besides, compared to me, Dr. Zhang, you're the real millionaire, right? I haven't bought a house. But what about that car? Well, the car is my own. I work as both a teacher and a doctor. So it's normal to earn a bit more. Besides, I don't think I earn as much as you. I heard you can make over 10,000 from selling just one cat. My income isn't as stable as yours. Maybe the cat cafe will go bust by tomorrow. You've got a point there. Each has its pros and cons. The two chatted away. Gradually ignoring the TV show, the watermelon on the plate slowly disappeared. The cat at home never showed its face because it was too timid. Was your aunt pushing you really hard tonight? Otherwise, you wouldn't have come up with this excuse to get away. Yeah, when I was in school, they told me not to date. Focus on your studies, they said, but the moment I started working, they started pushing me to get married. I'm not a character in a novel, where you just flip the page and start a whole new life. Ha ha ha. It seems like all parents of girls are like that. Store manager Song's mom is different. Different? Once I got into university, my mom dropped all the restrictions. She said I could date whoever I wanted. She even hoped I'd have a campus romance and get married and have kids right after graduation. Then I'd give her a big chubby grandson, and she'd probably kick me to the curb. Starting over from scratch to raise a new character. Please, once they have a grandson, who even cares about their own son? I'd be left to fend for myself. Ha ha ha. So, didn't you have a ton of partners back in college, store manager Song? Quite the opposite. I didn't have a single one. In high school, I wanted to date but wasn't allowed to. In college, they let me, but I didn't want to anymore. Being a rebel is kind of my thing. No way. You're handsome, your voice sounds great. You've got a great build, and the way you talk is so charming. How could you not have a partner? Am I really that great? I didn't even know that myself. If I'd known, I would have been a total playboy and messed with girls' hearts. What on earth am I saying? How could I say something like that to his face? I need to find an excuse to smooth this over quickly. Zhang Muwan's entire face turned bright red. She was so nervous her back felt itchy, she just wanted to make up for it immediately. That. Haha, Ji Meng is always saying things like that about you. I was just repeating what she said. Don't take what she says seriously, she thinks everyone she meets is handsome. She's a total pro at flattering people. I am such a genius. Finally, I managed to smooth over that awkward moment. It's true that Ji Meng loves to shower people with compliments. She tells people exactly what they want to hear and keeps everyone happy. But only the people closest to her really see her as cute and sunny. Come to think of it, Song Xinian and Ji Meng seem pretty close. Strange, what is going on? Why does my heart feel so heavy? She quickly adjusted her mood. Song Xinian has tons of friends and customers, it's normal to have a few close relationships. Song Xinian suddenly remembered something. After rummaging around for a minute, he took out a white metal box. Dr. Zhang, you're a coffee lover, right? How should I put it? More than half of the drinks I consume in a year are coffee. As for whether that makes me a lover, I'm not really sure. After all, my job requires me to consume a lot of coffee. Then you should really like this. As someone who drinks coffee all the time, I recognize this as a blue bottle coffee box at a glance. They have very few stores in the country, the one closest to Yangling is in Shanghai. Blue bottle coffee? That's quite rare. This isn't the kind you can buy in regular shops, and you can't find it online either. It's a limited edition from the Nanzenji Temple store in Japan. For someone who loves coffee, this is a real treat. I rarely drink coffee. It would just be a waste sitting in my house, so, Dr. Zhang, you should take it. I don't even drink coffee, but I've got coffee beans. A roommate gave them to me, the one currently in the hospital. Oh, I kind of remember, that guy? The one who went from a sweet, innocent puppy love type to a total player. Yeah, him. So why did he turn out like that? I'm sure there's a long, dramatic story behind it. My gut tells me the story that's coming is gonna be pretty tragic. I might even end up crying, I'd better be ready. It all started back in college. During freshman year. Damn it, this call couldn't have come at a worse time. It's so late, it better not be work stuff again. The two of them exchanged a look, filled with nothing but frustration. Sorry, let me take this call. Sure. Jong Moo-won stepped onto the balcony to answer, while Song Sinian went to refill the cat's bowl. Won, are you not coming home tonight? Look, it's already 1 in the morning. You haven't come back yet, and Ji Yu Meng and I have been living alone here. They had an agreement. If one was coming home late or not at all, they had to let the other know. She'd been so busy she forgot, and she'd kept her waiting the whole time. It's my fault. I'll be home soon. That's good. You weren't at home and you weren't at the office either. Thought something had happened to you. No way, don't overthink it. I just got held up by something else. Alright, I even made some mung bean soup. I'll give you some when you get back. It tastes so good. It's nice and chilled, perfect for cooling off in this heat. Put extra sugar in it. Put it in, like I don't know you. The night was so quiet that their bestie chat could be heard perfectly clearly. Why does this sound so much like a married couple talking? Guys would only. Just thinking about it makes me want to puke. Mimi the ginger cat, lured by the scent of cat food, walked over to Song Sinian and let out a loud meow. It sounded so clear in the room. Oh, I'm dead, shopkeeper Song. Look at what you've done. Song Sinian hurriedly covered the cat's mouth. But the more they tried to stop it, the louder the cat meowed. Human, why are you acting so weird tonight? Give me some dried fish. Give me a cat treat, I'm starving. One meow could be a mistake. But continuous meowing? Ji Yu Meng definitely wouldn't believe her. She had to lie. I'm at my mom's place right now. I went out to dinner with her tonight. I remember mentioning that to you. Oh, I know. Does your mom keep a cat at home too? Yeah, she does. Oh, I'm so stupid. How did I forget that? My mom hates cats. She didn't even think before lying. A lie has to at least be plausible. Well, actually, to be precise, the cat isn't my mom's. Some relatives were away for a while, and they left the cat with us to look after. Oh, I see. Come to think of it, I haven't seen your mom in ages. Why don't you video call her? I want to say hi to her. That cake she treated me to last time was so delicious. I never had the chance to thank her properly. Sigh, life is so tough. Won, crying internally. I'm at Song Sinian's place. Where am I supposed to find a mom right now? I should have just said I was feeding a stray cat. Jong Moo-won looked at Song Sinian with eyes full of plea. Looking so adorable and naive. Who knew such a big sister type of girl could make such a cute expression? Moo-won, I'm not done talking yet. Are you finished with your call? Your mom and I are both waiting. Understood, Dad. I'll finish up in a second. Meng, my dad has a pretty quirky temper. Let's video chat next time. Sure, I won't disturb you then. Hurry back, okay? Uncle Jong is a high-ranking official. With an intimidating look, I wouldn't dare mess with him. That was close, almost gave myself away. Good idea. Sounds good. What sounds good? Get lost. I wasn't saying that, Dad, to you. But man, hearing you call me that felt so good. I wanted to stay a bit longer, but Ji Yu Meng kept urging me. Besides, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Staying at a single guy's place really isn't appropriate. Alright, I'll see you out. Good night. Jong Moo-won said goodbye to Song Sinian. She grabbed the coffee beans and drove off. The ride home wasn't long, only taking about 10 minutes or so. Jong Moo-won changed her clothes and went upstairs to find Ji Yu Meng. You're finally back. I was worried to death. I just went home for a bit. What are you so worried about? I didn't know you went home. I thought you ran into some kind of trouble. Ji Yu Meng brought out some chilled mung bean soup with extra rock sugar added. Thanks. Don't mention it. When I was on the phone tonight, I heard a man's voice on the other end, and it scared the life out of me. What's there to be afraid of? You just don't get it. Your uncle just has that intimidating look. My dad always says, if you've been in a leadership position for too long, you develop this natural, stern presence. Actually, he's quite easy to get along with. Some people look fierce, but have a soft heart, while others look gentle, but are actually total creeps. My dad is the former. Only you think he's easy to get along with. For anyone else, it's a completely different story. By the way, about your relative leaving the cat at your aunt's place, won't she mind? Maybe. She's already annoyed by it. I was so nervous lying just now. Better act it out quickly. I feel like we could just send the cat to a cat cafe to be boarded. That way it'd be easier for your aunt too. That's what I was thinking, too. But since the relative brought the cat to you, it wouldn't feel right to just drop it off at a cafe. You're right. No choice then. Guess the aunt will just have to put up with it for a while. What kind of cat is it anyway? It's not one of those evil silver-shaded ones, is it? Those cats are real troublemakers. No, it's an orange tabby. Oh, that's fine. Orange tabbies are so well behaved. Shopkeeper Song has orange tabbies at his place. One is named Mimi, and what's the other one called? Mango. Right, that's it, Mango. Something's off. How did you know it was named Mango? Feeling drained and weak. It must be something I ate for dinner. My brain has been glitching all night, and my lies make no sense at all. Because we talked about cat ownership before. After all, he is the shopkeeper of a cat cafe. The cat at your place must be quite rare and precious. I'd love to see what a rare breed looks like. I never expected it to be a ginger cat. I've told more lies tonight than I have all year. The last time I lied was to comfort a terminal stomach cancer patient. Yeah, I was shocked too when I first found out. Mimi was adopted by Manager Song. The first time they met, it was curled up in a water vat waiting for its feline distemper to take over. Manager Song spent his last $3,000 to save it. So, true tenderness really does exist. Jong Moo-won finished her mung bean soup and returned home. Jong Moo-won opened WeChat, getting ready to change Song Sinian's nickname. I guess I've formed a bond with a god during this time. Who's a god? Sleeping in late like this is just too comfortable. After I saw Jong Moo-won out last night, I tidied up the study. Those secrets aren't illegal, but they're definitely mortifying. They have to stay hidden. It was past 3 in the morning by the time I finished cleaning and showered. Closed my eyes, and when I opened them, it was already this late. If sleeping could make money, I'd be the richest person in the world by now. Boss, did you oversleep? I've already opened the shop. You can rest a while longer. What a thoughtful girl she is. I'm adding $100 to your year-end bonus. Go get yourself a spicy hot pot. Hiring her was the best decision I've ever made. Alright, I'll be there by 2 o'clock for sure. Hey, don't get ahead of yourself. I never intended to go anyway. Do you really think we have that kind of brotherly bond? You jerk. There's no helping it, I still have to keep up appearances. Forget it, I'll skip it. I already know what he's going to send. Good morning. I'm exhausted this early in the morning. Let me try the coffee beans you sent. I was still dreaming about soaking in a hot spring at this hour. Dr. Jong, you're up way too early. Being a corporate worker is just too tiring. Being self-employed is much freer. Sorry for keeping you late last night, it probably ruined your sleep. It's fine, I can catch up on some sleep at noon. Oh, by the way, the coffee beans you sent are great. Thanks. You're welcome. Hurry up and get up for work. There's only Xiao Kui in the shop, he's probably swamped. How did you know I wasn't up yet? Manager Song is the type of person who's always glued to his phone. If he had woken up early, he wouldn't have just replied to my message now. My mistake. I just wanted to interact with people more. Being urged to get up by a girl. This is a new experience. This insufferable human is acting crazy again. Gentle Cat God. That's a great nickname. I'll use that from now on. Director Jong? Moo-won? Ms. Jong, is something wrong? Section Chief Lee from HR just called to ask about this year's Mid-Autumn Festival gift boxes. Do you still want the coffee? Yeah, that's right. Okay, I'll call him back. Wait, can I change the coffee option? Right, the teacher's gift boxes come with mooncakes, crab, and a choice between tea or coffee. For the last item, let's go with the tea. I already have coffee. Got it. Everyone else has a nickname like plant name plus name. What on earth is Gentle Cat God? Looks like there's some juicy gossip today. I searched my entire list and this name isn't there. It must be a custom nickname. I don't have a Gentle Cat God on my list either. Are you sure it's not Gentle Cupid? Is that what the vice dean of the mathematics department is called? Definitely not. My eyes are sharp, you know. That's weird. Could it be a nickname? Do you really think our director Jong would nickname someone Gentle Cat God? Yeah, that doesn't sound like him. Gentle Cat God. Isn't that a character from the show Muju? When did he get here? You actually know about that? You guys don't know Gentle Cat God? He's the god of marriage in Muju. No way, really? Look it up yourself. I've still got to find Teacher Jong to grab a bite. Bye. After an hour of discussion, we've reached 2 conclusions. 1, he's a matchmaker. 2, it's his first love. Time flies. It's Saturday and it's raining. Song Sinian was playing with the cats at the cat cafe. Damn it, October, you're so selfish. If you take the cat teaser, how are the other cats supposed to play? We really need to get him neutered. All the other cats in the cafe are neutered. He's the only special one. It's not like I'm actually annoyed by him or anything. How come you decided to treat me to milk tea? Hee hee, I just got my paycheck. Full sugar. You'll feel a bit better after your herbal medicine. Thanks, but I finished my medicine yesterday. Oh, in that case, manager, how are your kidneys feeling? Are they back in good shape? How would I know if my kidneys have been restored? I guess I'll have to wait until I get home tonight to find out, manager. Just remember to wash your hands after you're done. Don't go touching the cats. And then I'll end up inhaling cat hair up my nose? Wanri, can you not be so gross? I meant going home to ask Dr. Jong tonight. Why wouldn't you ask during the day? He's on duty during the day. Even on Saturdays. Well, he is a doctor. And hey, too much milk tea is bad for you. Does this count as a work-related injury? After all, I added 10 portions of boba today. Can I get reimbursed by the manager if I end up in the hospital? Wait, manager, didn't you say Dr. Jong was on duty during the day? Yeah, so? Why is he here? Who says there's no sunshine on a cloudy day? A beautiful girl's smile is warmer than the sun. I'm a total sucker for looks. If they're ugly, I'm not even looking. Song Sinian hurried to the door and opened it. Dr. Zhang, weren't you seeing patients? How did you end up here? I have clinic hours in the morning. I'm off in the afternoon. This cat doesn't look like a stray. Its fur is shiny, it must be well fed. An elderly person gave it to me this morning. He wasn't feeling well a few days ago. The test showed he has stage 4 stomach cancer. He knows he won't make it to the first snow of the year. He wasn't surprised. He only wanted to entrust his companion cat to me. I had no other choice. Who gives their companion cat to someone else? Manager Song, can you adopt this cat? My colleagues either already have cats or don't like them. Only you would be willing to take it. I can adopt it? Ha, that's great. However, I refuse. Why? The elderly gentleman wanted to give the cat to you. He entrusted it to you because he saw that you are kind and warm-hearted. You don't give your most precious things to just anyone. It's better for you to take care of it personally than to give it to me. But, I'll help Dr. Zhang take care of it with you. Even though I refuse to adopt, I can still help you look after it. I'll provide the cat food and litter for free. The old man would rather see the cat in your care anyway. After all, you're a soft-hearted miracle doctor. There's a famous saying, the more you like something, the better you are at it. I think that's wrong. I say liking something doesn't mean you're good at it. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I love cats. I love Puff and all the strays, but I only want to support them from afar. Raising one myself just doesn't feel right, but now I have no choice but to bite the bullet. The good news is I know Song Sinian, who is a cat-raising pro. Wait, Dr. Yang's good news is bad news for me. He has absolutely no idea how to raise a cat. 5 yuan for cat litter. I'll just give you the box for free, Pinggao. 5 yuan for freeze-dried snacks, 20 yuan for 100 grams is enough. Don't go buying the 100 yuan for 50 grams kind. That's literally dragon meat, Pinggao. 5 yuan for chicken-flavored cat treats is fine, Pinggao. Don't go buying the honeysuckle and duck meat ones. Those are for me to clear my internal heat, Pinggao. With that kind of budget, he could raise me instead. I really want to be his cat. Sneaking a peek at him while he showers, this life is just too blissful. Song Sinian pinched himself to snap out of it, trying to stop his mind from wandering. Just buy these, I've got all the small stuff covered here. I'll just give them to you. This will save Zhang Muwan a huge chunk of his shopping budget. Give them to me? No, I can't just take your things like that. I already said I'd help you take care of it, and you agreed. I agreed to the help, I didn't say I wanted to take things for free. I've already bothered him for so long, I'd feel terrible taking more stuff from him. The cat cafe is a small business. If he keeps giving things away, how is he supposed to make a living? I want his shop to stay open for a long time. Song Sinian only charged the cost price as a formality. After loading the supplies into the trunk, Song Sinian headed back to the cat cafe. The cafe was still empty, with only Kui Yuqing and the sleeping kittens inside. Boss, are you playing dumb or are you actually clueless? Using the cat as an excuse. To go home with him, wouldn't that be you know what? You're such a dirty-minded old man, boss. He definitely understands what I mean, but he just won't say it. If he doesn't say it, you don't go. But if he doesn't say it, how can I go? You could drop a hint. Guys are best at that sort of thing. Drop a hint? Grow old together after one night? Just to zip up and leave? What kind of short dramas has Kui Yuqing been watching lately? Her brain is completely polluted. When I first hired her, she'd blush even at the slightest dirty joke. Don't tell me I'm the one who corrupted her. I'm supposed to be spreading positive energy here. The rain is getting heavier, the typhoon is supposed to last for another week. Boss Song, I've put the cat litter and food away, but the little cat came out of the bag. And hid under the bed, not moving for half an hour. Is that normal? It's normal. They've moved to a new environment with a new owner. They definitely need time to adapt. But Puff isn't like that. Puff is a purebred from a cattery, Zhuangyan. Cats like that are born to serve guests, Zhuangyan. He's different. Wait, why did that sound so weird? It's all Kui Yuqing's fault. My brain is getting all dirty now. Better change the subject. That serve guests line is so strange. But Puff really does love to rub against people. I guess it really is true. Anyway, this is perfectly normal. Dr. Zhang, you just need to check the security camera occasionally. What camera? What are you talking about? Are you crawling under the bed to watch it? I don't have a camera at home. Then how did you know? The cat has been hiding under the bed for half an hour and won't come out. I was crawling under the bed watching it. Your back must be incredible to be able to crawl around for half an hour. Oh, I think I misunderstood that. My mind went somewhere else. If you keep staring at him, he definitely won't come out. Just buy a camera to keep an eye on him. I live in an 85 square meter 3-bedroom apartment. If I clean out the spare room for the cat, the place suddenly feels cramped. No wonder Song Sinian wants to live in a big house. I hope the little kitten stays healthy and happy. Not wanting to let the old person down, Zhang Muwan starts scrolling through Xiaohongshu. Her feed suddenly shifts from happy daily life to negative content like feline panleukopenia, FIP, and stress-induced death. Manager Song won't get infected. Manager Song doesn't even drink water or use the bathroom. Is it a urinary blockage? This tabby cat must have bad karma from its past life. It's not the cat that's stressed out, it's Dr. Zhang who's stressing out. Just as Zhang Muwan is panicking, she gets a WeChat call from Song Sinian. What's wrong, Manager Song? Is there really something wrong with the kitten? What if it really is FIP? What if it passes away after being in my house for only a few days? Would you just let me finish? Forget your intuition. You're a doctor, you need to trust in science. Dr. Zhang, what I'm about to tell you is very important. You must follow my instructions exactly. Otherwise, the poor little kitten won't make it. Okay, I'm opening the fridge door. Do you have any drinks in your fridge? There's some Coke. Open the freezer. Do you have ice cubes? Yes, I do. Do I need to use them for a cold compress on the kitten? I get it. I'll pour the ice cubes and the Coke into a glass. Stir it all up. It's ready. What do I do next? Now, take a sip. It's so cold and refreshing. It's freezing, but what does this have to do with the kitten? It has nothing to do with it. I just wanted you to calm down. The kitten isn't that fragile. You were the one who started stressing out first. I'm a professional doctor. How could I be so flustered? I need to be calm and professional. So, Dr. Zhang, have you calmed down now? Yeah, don't scare yourself. The little tabby is a local breed, they're tough as nails. All beginners are like this. I was worried sick like that too at first. You can talk to Ji Meng, she has experience. Oh, I'm sorry, Manager Song. You were the first person I thought of. Am I sending too many messages? Am I disrupting your work? Girls really have mysterious ways of thinking. I wasn't complaining, you aren't bothering me at all. Don't overthink it. Ji Meng is just upstairs, so it's easy to talk to her. If I'm busy, you don't have to wait. That's good. Ji Meng has training this weekend and won't be home. So she's not home after all. If I had known, I should have listened to Kui Yuqing and just stubbornly insisted on going home with her. Even if I scream my lungs out, no one answers. Sigh, it's too late. Besides, I'd rather talk to Manager Song than Ji Meng anyway. After all, you're a professional manager. Plus, you're a good person. A sweet, good person, and you actually just got friend-zoned. And not even the rejection kind. This is how the story begins. Thanks, Dr. Zhang. You are too. Why are the corners of my mouth curling up so high? I'm hooked by him, and there's that oil stain from lunch. He couldn't have seen it, right? Song Sinian picked up a towel to wipe the chili oil off the corner of his mouth. The manager actually licked the towel I used for my legs while I was gone? That's so perverted. Manager, you were frantically licking the towel I used for my legs while I was away? You're creeping me out. If I say it's a misunderstanding, would you believe me? No, please, listen to me. Save it for the cops. I don't want to hear your excuses. A stormy, windy night is the perfect time for murder and arson. I really want to throttle him, end his miserable life and help him get a better rebirth. He's honestly not a pervert, and he isn't holding a grudge either. Back when they were fighting earlier, Kui Yuqing accidentally smashed his favorite water glass. He just genuinely wants to help her become a better person. Song Sinian has always been a man of action. Before he realized it, his hands were already in position, just one final push away. Hey, wake up, we're home. You just got in the car, and we're already here? It's like you were drugged. If the timing didn't add up, I'd suspect the manager did something to me. Manager, you're so fast. Of all the male drivers I know, you're the fastest. Well, obviously, my driving skills are rock solid. That's not what I meant by skills. Oh, get lost. You're always cracking dirty jokes. I'm starting to doubt if you're actually a girl. How should I put this? 100% genuine. Genuine my foot. Anyway, manager, you dropped me off home. If Dr. Zhang sits in the passenger seat next time and smells my perfume, he'd get jealous, right? But hey, jealousy is fine. I feel so bad for the manager. What is this, some ancient trope? It's a total trend now, the star-crossed lovers. Relax, Ms. Moral Committee. Dr. Zhang spends his whole day at the traditional Chinese medicine hospital. He's covered in the smell of herbs, he won't notice any other scent. Oh, how convenient. That just makes it easier for you to have an affair later. You've got his perfume on you. Get out of here, you heartless man. So you're just going to toss me out of the car now that you've had your fun at the cat cafe? Don't worry, Song Sinian. Playing podcast. Need a voice to keep you company on a rainy night? Welcome to the Cat Cafe Startup Guide. I am your AI assistant. The apocalypse has arrived. It has been raining globally for years, and the land has turned into an ocean. The mountains are submerged, and humanity has suffered countless casualties. All this happened a month ago. Yet here I am, reborn right at his doorway, just as the neighbors are prying it open. The weather really matches the podcast. Wait, am I an NPC in this apocalypse? Why bother reinforcing the door after being reborn? I should just loot every room and get myself a free yacht. Let the neighbors hoard food, I'll hoard guns, and the neighbors will be my warehouse. I wonder how many seasons I'll last. Song Sinian went home, listening to it and craving more. Lounging on the chair, listening to apocalypse stories in the rain. A rare guest. Do you really need to reply to messages even in the apocalypse? Plus someone who worries about cats like this will definitely be the first to die in the apocalypse. But he's a doctor, after all. How could a cat lover die that quickly? I'm still really worried about him. What if he got stuck on something? It'll be fine. Some cats will hide for a day or two before coming out. The timid ones might not even move for 3 or 4 days. I suggest you find something else to take your mind off it. Don't go getting all anxious before the cat even has a problem. Right, thanks. Sorry, my bad. 15:30 I'm really nervous. So, what do you usually do to distract yourself? I used to look at the teacher's masterpieces. My kidneys aren't great now, so I have to practice moderation. Podcasts are a good choice to listen to. I usually watch horror movies or listen to podcasts. Let's skip the horror movies. Nothing is scarier than the human heart, anyway. Podcasts, though, that's interesting. Right? Like, I'm listening to a podcast right now about an apocalypse where it never stops raining. It actually is raining right now. Between us, I'll let you in on a secret. I'm actually a time traveler. I was reborn from 100 million years ago. I've made all the preparations for this heavy rain. In this life, I'm going to be the king of the apocalypse. You've been reading too many novels, haven't you? A time traveler, really? Why don't you just fly to the moon, Song Sinian? This guy, I heard you say you were reborn with my own ears. So, when are you going to pay back that 800,000 you borrowed before you were reborn? Don't act like you don't know. Oh, actually, my cat was just playing with my phone. Cat, you didn't send that message? Lol, that's some fast backpedaling. When some people want to share their point of view, talking is always the fastest way. The two of them hit it off, and their text messages turned into gentle voice notes. The coldness of text faded away, leaving only their gentle voices for each other. His voice was like autumn leaves and winter sun, striking straight to the heart. The phone call felt even more intimate than being face to face. It was the strange, thrilling pleasure of souls resonating. By the way, Manager Song, do you really like listening to audio stuff? Like programs? When I dropped you off home before, you mentioned podcasts. I also saw CDs and vinyl records at your place. And now you're listening to a podcast again. Yeah, I love podcasts. Audiobooks and all kinds of music stations too. When I'm home alone with nothing to do, I just listen to them constantly. You were listening to one just now, right? Something about a rain apocalypse? Yeah, so why aren't you listening to it now? I want to hear just how apocalyptic this end of the world story really is. Because right now I'm chatting with you, Dr. Zhang. My ears are filled with your voice, Dr. Zhang. My heart is beating so fast. How can he say such romantic things with a straight face? Is he just a flirt with everyone? No, it's just a phone call. My ears are filled with your voice. I'm overthinking this. Stop watching so many romance dramas. The coffee beans are actually pretty good. Hello? Is my signal bad? I can't hear you, Dr. Zhang. There's a signal, you can hear me. Oh good, I thought we'd actually reached the end of the world. And global communications went down, just like they describe in novels or movies. Why did I hear a bit of a tremor in your voice? Are you scared? Not really. Actually, looking at it from another angle, I'm quite happy. Why? Because it's the end of the world? At the very last second, the person I'm chatting with is the kind-hearted Dr. Zhang. Dr. Zhang with the lovely voice, could he be a player? He's got smooth lines for days. Some poor girl is definitely going to get fooled. Even though it sounds nice, I'll give him a good rating. Late night rainy chats. Zhang Muwan is off work on the weekend, and Song Sinian, as a freelancer, can arrange his own time. One morning, Song Sinian woke up. It was pitch black outside, like the middle of the night. He checked his phone. The screen showed 9:30, along with messages from Sister Zhang and a red alert for torrential rain. The screen was flooded with alerts about the storm and a request from Kui Yuqing to take the day off. Song Sinian jumped out of bed immediately and rushed to the cat cafe without even brushing his teeth. He managed to settle the cats and stock up on supplies just before the downpour began. It felt like a survival mission at the end of the world, completely out of the blue. A thunderclap exploded, and the torrential rain came pouring down from the sky. Hey, Manager Song, I sent you so many messages. Why aren't you answering? Do you realize there's a red alert for the storm today? Do you have enough food at home? Did you top up the food for the cats at the cafe? You didn't make Xiao Kui come into work today, did you? Don't worry, Dr. Zhang. I've already taken care of everything you mentioned. That's why I couldn't reply to your messages earlier this morning. Oh, I see. That's a relief. Look at Dr. Zhang getting all worried about me. I've told you before, I'm a time traveler. I've already lived through everything that's happening right now. So, when are you going to pay back that 800,000? Oh dear, my signal is terrible. Hello, Dr. Zhang? Hello, static. The signal buzzed, I couldn't hear a thing, so I muted it and hung up. Trying to scam me with some imaginary 800,000? Not a chance. He surely wasn't trying to flirt last night. He was probably just talking nonsense. If he were a real player, he'd say, I owed you 800,000 in my past life. So I'll stay by your side in this one to pay it off slowly. Who told my AI to teach me that? Gosh, humans are really being ruled by AI now. It's not just raining outside. It's a literal waterfall. In ancient times, people would think this was the end of the world. Yet here I am in modern times, staying cozy. I guess I'm just a fan of post-apocalyptic scenery. But if I were actually dumped into the end of the world, I'd be miserable. Zhang Muwan's place felt extra warm with Ji Yu Meng visiting. It was a rainy weekend, so Ji Yu Meng came straight over to see Zhang Muwan. What a beautiful tabby cat. Oh, I'm dying. I love cats so much. With nothing better to do, it was the perfect time to explain everything to Ji Yu Meng. Poor little kitty. In the first half of its life, it met a kind-hearted grandpa. And in the second half, it met another kind soul. I guess so, though I didn't really want to keep it at first. Song Sinian called me a soft-hearted miracle doctor, and Ji Yu Meng said the same thing. I'm so embarrassed. Hey, I wasn't talking about you. I meant that the soft-hearted one is Manager Song. How can he have such a good heart? Giving the cat all those free supplies to help it survive, and he even found you a companion. So you wouldn't be so lonely. Honestly, our Manager Song is just too soft-hearted. I'm obsessed. Why don't you just get together with him? I realized you're not my best friend. We're just colleagues and neighbors. If you want to compliment Manager Song, just say it. Why be so long-winded and beat around the bush? Besides, I'm the little tabby's owner. I'm the one who adopted it. If anyone is kind and soft-hearted, it's me. Didn't you hear Manager Song say he refused? That's just him being stubborn. If you put the cat on the ground, he would definitely scoop it up in a heartbeat and take great care of it. There's no hope for you. What is so great about Song Sinian that you can't stop thinking about him? Does he know how to lecture on the history of the Wanli era? If he does, I'll pull up a chair and listen too. Does the little tabby not have a name yet? No, I haven't thought of one yet. Then let's think about it together. Yeah, sure. It's in great condition, round face and smooth fur. Its paws are all white. How about white gloves? No, that name is too common. Just in our school alone, there are at least 7 or 8 cats named White Gloves. If it ever got lost, and I called its name, nobody would be able to tell which one I meant. So what are you planning to call it? Haven't thought of anything yet. No idea. Leave it to the experts. The owner of the cat cafe must be good at coming up with names. October, Mochi, how elegant. Hello, Ms. Gu. Hello, Manager Song. Can you hear me? I can hear you loud and clear. My signal is perfect, full bars. What can I do for you? Talk about being attentive. Top-tier service. With service like that, you'd think the signal would be bad right before a big IPO. It's full bars now. What is this? Schrodinger's signal. Hey, Manager Song. I wanted to ask for your help in naming a little tabby kitten. I'm actually at Wanwan's place right now, and she already told me about the kitten. Oh, I see. You're at Dr. Yang's house. Oh, Mimi, stop touching my router. What if you mess up my signal? What am I supposed to do? A pro, truly a pro. Why not just call it Pear Blossom? It's already a tabby, Li Hua, pear, Li, as in pear tree. And blossom, Hua, as in flower. Sounds pretty good, actually. Manager Song, you're a genius. Right? I really am a genius. Pear blossoms drifting before your window, that hits the spot. Ji Yu Meng really knows how to lay on the compliments. Seriously, nobody can outflatter you. Pear Blossom, the name, and Pear Blossom, the cat type, sound exactly the same. He's the only one who can't tell the difference. I think we should call it Snow Treader. Hoping it can step onto this year's first snow, and also hoping the old grandpa can stand up tall. He set the bar so high for the name, nobody could possibly object. From then on, Pear Blossom was renamed Snow Treader. Dark clouds rolled across the sky. The wind roared, and the light couldn't pierce through the clouds. It's been so dark all day, you can't even tell what time it is. Once you drag in apocalypse tropes, superpowers just turn into a boring, alternative kind of cultivation fantasy. Time has hit Sunday. Mom and Dad are both home. Song Xinyue is in the dorm, and the school even does food delivery. That's so nice. Back then, I had to go to school even in torrential rain, there was no delivery. Didn't get any of the perks, but caught all the bad luck. That's so pathetic. Sinian, have you taken your herbal medicine? Your mom's stomach is doing much better. I know, I've already thanked you many times. While you're at it, ask Dr. Zhang when he's free. Why would you have him over as a guest? Just wanted to say thanks one more time. Forget it. If Dr. Zhang came over and ate your cooking, he'd never come back a second time. That's UA for you. Things have been tight at home lately. Your living expenses are cut by 1,000. Mom was right about you after all. Big brother, you really should invite Dr. Zhang over. But mom still loves you. Can't bear to cut it? Hilarious. Pay Song Xin Yue more and she'd change her tune. I know my mother's game. Even if I did invite him for dinner, we'd go to a restaurant, she'd never bring him home. Her cooking is so bad it's practically unrivaled. Whoops, too much water, let's add some flour. Now there's too much dough, so I'll add more water. My whole bag of flour won't be enough to survive your chaos. My cooking skills are just average, and I'm a picky eater too. I always make up excuses whenever it's time to cook. I could talk for a whole day without repeating myself. Oh, I just wanted to make a big batch of noodles at once. You'll never finish a month's worth of food. Isn't that what the fridge is for? You're a doctor, don't you know? A fridge isn't some magical, all-purpose freshness machine. Everyone has their own strengths. I suppose my strength is mostly in my studies. It's supposed to rain non-stop for the next 2 days. The school already sent out a notice that we don't have to go in for classes. What about on your end? I don't have to go to school either. My hospital schedule is clear too, so it's basically like having a few days off. Well then, you should get some good rest at home, and take care of Snowball while you're at it. That's what I was thinking. When on earth will Snowball finally be brave enough to come out? Steam rises from the pot as a bowl of beef brisket noodles is served at the table. Look at that beef. I absolutely have to eat this. Manager Song is showing off his food again. Why does he go through all that trouble to cook such good meals just for himself? It looks so tempting. Suddenly, my beef noodles don't seem so appetizing anymore. Wait, Manager Song made this? Yeah, he posted it on his social feed. Doesn't he always just order takeout? I didn't know he could actually cook. Sure he can, those two things aren't mutually exclusive. Manager Song might be lazy, but that doesn't mean he doesn't know how to cook. Besides, his cooking is actually really good. You've had it before, right? At the book club meeting. Why are we bringing up the book club again? Aren't I supposed to be his best friend? How come I don't know anything about all of this? Feeling empty inside. The power's out, I saw the announcement. They said a heavy wind blew over a dead paulownia tree, and it happened to land right on the power lines. Now several blocks in the area are without power. So, I guess we should. Natural disasters are unavoidable. After finishing their meal, the two went their separate ways home. With no electricity, the only option was to light some scented candles. The wind and rain howled outside. That tiny bit of light couldn't chase away the darkness. It felt so lonely and melancholy. Gu Meng is asleep. If Dr. Zhang is feeling lonely, she should reach out to Manager Song. He must be lonely all by himself too. The video call connected after about a dozen seconds of ringing. What's up, Dr. Zhang? Did your place lose power? Yeah, the power is out, so I'm playing on my Switch. Single-player games don't need a connection. We're both dealing with a blackout, so why is there such a huge difference between our situations? It's just so disheartening.